Uh, oops.
Boing.
Boing. Yes, we got some announcements while I fiddle around in my D&D Beyond extension. Still raising money for Color of Change through Tiltify, so if you can donate, do it. And if you can't, I totally understand, because money is weird right now and tight for people, and who knows when America is going to get their checks.
Pretty soon.
Hopefully.
Yes. So, there's a link if you'd like to donate. We've also been streaming Phasmophobia every once in a while on the channel, and it's been a lot of fun. Having people aid in my playstyle of Phasmophobia has been real fun.
I'm just cussing out the ghost.
Chat telling me to do things to the other players to scare them.
It's gotten worse, guys. You made him worse.
Chat telling me to say the Lord's Prayer to the ghost.
That was so fucking funny.
Which instantly pissed the ghost off and put it into a hunt. And
So we hid in the closet. It
like
stopped.
It hunted four times in a row.
It was brutal. So if you need your Phasmophobia games to get scary, recite the Lord's Prayer. Other announcements. Yeah. Other announcements. Oh, fix the windows again. Other announcements. Well, you know our streaming schedule. That has never changed. Yeah, it's never changed. So hopefully we'll be back Sunday with Soldiers of the Lich Queen. We weren't there last week just because of some scheduling issues. The true big bad of D&D is scheduling. And Sam and I are working on something that if not enough people show up to do a Soldiers of the Lich Queen session, we're still going to stream something on a Sunday. We're still figuring it out. Meanwhile, Sam, do you have Battlefront 2?
For the PC, yes.
Done.
Nice.
We can stream Ewok hunts.
Wait, which Battlefront 2?
The new one.
Yes, okay, yes.
Okay, cool. I have the old one too. I have the old one as well, so.
I should get the old one. That was like, I mean, I have it for, or I don't. I have it for the PS2.
I think I have it too if you want a third.
The new one? Cool. Nice. Stream some Battlefront. Stream some Ewok death. Anyways, yeah, so for example, so if a day of a stream does get canceled, to keep the schedule still intact, we will stream something. That goes for Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sunday night. So, yes. A reliable schedule is a very good thing to have. Mm-hmm. We also are raiding, or trying to raid, channels at the end of every stream, so we'll try to remember that tonight. That's it for announcements. Go to Kate's Etsy store and buy everything there.
Currently having a 15% off sale when you buy 2 or more items.
Yeah, so you don't have an excuse. Go there, buy stuff. Buy that bear.
Remember when we raided a channel last week and there was
a
Tabaxi rogue named Eclipse?
Yeah, how weird was that?
Ridiculous.
Speaking of dying soon, let's pick up where we last left off then. Unless anybody else has anything they'd like to shout out.
Loot.
All right. So,
I just want to shout out that Justin's a great DM.
Oh, thank you so much.
And he deserves all the praise.
Thank you so much. I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't have the best players on the planet. So,
I didn't know Marisha Ray was in this game.
Right? Or Liam O'Brien.
Ray.
Those are the Critical Role people, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Brennan
Mulligan, is that you?
What?
The Windows Brennan.
Oh, yes.
Dimension 20.
Dimension 20.
I need to watch that. I keep seeing clips on TikTok. I keep seeing clips on TikTok, and I'm just like, this is amazing.
Tiny Heist. Watch Tiny Heist.
Speaking of dying, last session, you all proceeded through the Wizard's Tower of Kendar's Tower, essentially. Found the strange construct figure, but that's not what happened first. You continued your trek through the lava lake, essentially, as magmans were trying to get into the boat, but they were getting obliterated in one hit. And every time they did get obliterated, people got hurt by just radial fire damage.
So hot.
Damn.
It was the only encounter that I'm still kind of bummed out about, because I had an iron golem in there, and iron golems are immune to fire damage, but when they take fire damage, they heal. So every time that thing was wandering through the lava, it would have just been healing, like, but it never happened.
Oh, I'm just imagining I would have had to grapple that thing and just pull it out of the lava.
Onto the boat, and the boat would sink.
Oh, because it would be in the water. Oh, or in the lava. Great. Okay.
Yeah, it was like
I would have to jump out. I would have had to jump out of the boat. And
that was
grapple
it.
in the lava.
You would have had to encounter that iron golem twice for the encounter to happen.
Oh boy.
But never happened. Some stupid magma babies.
Make party fight lava golem in lava or lava golem.
Yeah, iron golem in the lava. Such a good encounter design. But you completed that area, freed the ancient red dragon, and continued onwards, eventually finding a strange force field with an eye floating in it and a rhombus-shaped gem floating through it. Ash walked through the force barrier, not getting disintegrated because he didn't get reduced to 0, and grabbed both the eyeball and the gem.
Pulled an iRobot.
Exactly. And you eventually discover this eye belonged to a creature known as a Marut, one of the inevitables of Sigil, the city of doors. Gave the creature its eye back, and it volunteered to aid in taking down Kendar Eylas due to a voided contract. You all decided to immediately follow the creature, which alerted Kendar to your presence, and possibly alerted him to the fact that you did free this creature, as it opened the door, and you were all standing right behind it. You had a conversation with Kendar, mentioning that he would be willingly able to sever you from your connections from these artifacts, but was strangely confused at how you came in here with more, but they're missing. So instead, he took Bahamut's Bane. As per Eclipse's, just, okay, nobody inciting this guy at any moment. And he
was threatening to kill us,
and
okay?
he banished the dagger to an unknown plane of existence. And then said, unfortunately, you freed my captive, we have to fight now. And after a very tough battle, but with some very smart moves from both Kisunk and Ogden, the encounter was made survivable. Kisunk unfortunately died because, as a demilich, he could see invisible things. We could see the invisible force field of the anti-magic field. So he targeted Kisunk for most of the combat encounter, just poof, poof, with its automatic hitting fists that it had stolen from the Marut. And as he was preparing to use his onslaught of spells,
what's that?
about to use his onslaught of spells, never getting to use his fucking 9th level psychic scream like I wanted, Ogden Boon decided to feeble-mind the Lich, removing all of his spell capabilities. And then, tell me if one of your wizards has ever done this, killed the Lich with a banishment spell, because Kendar was bound to the tower and could never leave. And as he was banished out, he was just torn apart by this shifting of the planes. And as this happened, a pillar in the ceiling descends. You all feel a rumble in the tower. Noose gets brought back to life with true resurrection from Leah's staff, causing black tendrils to come out of the staff into Noose's chest. And little mushrooms, the same as Leah's, start growing out of Noose's head, but only for 7 hours, not permanent. And as this pillar in the ceiling comes down and rotates, leaves a blue and gold chest behind. And that is where we're going to pick up the session.
Eclipse is gonna immediately just check on Noose.
Mm-hmm.
Just say, Noose, are you alright?
Oh no, am I? Hold on.
Well, you're conscious.
You're talking, yeah, that's good.
You're not dead.
And he's got mushrooms.
We're bashing Noose.
What a...
Yours
You poke
aren't...
some, do they hurt?
Nah. You poke one, it kind of just falls off. They're not permanent like Leah's.
Oh, did you do this?
I brought you back news.
Oh,
Well, me and my friend. She kind of just like holding the staff.
Mm-hmm. You all also see that Ash has the symbol of Asmodeus, those 3 inverted triangles, glowing on the back of his right hand a little bit.
Yeah, it was a different. It was I drew it wrong last week if I remember correctly. So it's like a Triforce but spaced out. You said?
Yeah.
And upside down, pointing downward.
Yeah, it's very inverted. I'll actually post a picture of it.
Okay.
But yeah, you see that kind of glowing on the back of Ash's hand. You've all seen that symbol before, because it is. Yeah, you've seen it. You've all seen the symbol.
prevalent.
Before. At this point, you've all seen it. Almost.
Okay.
Where is it?
And it wasn't the tendrils from the staff, they were coming out of Leah's body.
Yeah.
When you show it on the back of your hand, you start going.
Yeah, you guys are getting pulled into a Legend of Zelda campaign now. Ooh, wouldn't that be so fun though? But then you'd get a takedown from Nintendo.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You just reskin and rename everything.
Yeah.
Uh,
This is the quad
So,
force.
so basically, the top triangle is kind of inverted with a hollow bit in the middle. The other 2 triangles are much more long.
Oh, gotcha.
It looks like a
okay.
Halo sword.
It does. Yeah. It looks like
it's
the
like
energy
it's
sword.
like the
from
energy
Halo.
sword from Halo.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's glowing faintly. And Ash, in the back of your neck, you hear a. Well, actually, you do hear like a. You can feel your own pulse, but you feel another pulse almost, like another. Do 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 do.
Don't like that.
And if you focus on it, as soon as you start thinking about that pulse, it is the location of a creature.
Oh, is it?
The Lord of the Nine Hells, Asmodeus.
Am I like a revenant for Asmodeus right now? I'm not dead yet.
No, but you can detect where he is at all times.
Where is he?
He is currently in the city of Melshim. In the Nine
Okay.
Hells. He's still in the Nine Hells.
That's good.
But
Stay there.
before you all lies a chest of blue and gold, and it slowly opens itself.
After making sure Noose is okay, I'm gonna go check it out.
Inside is a rolled up carpet that is 5 feet by 7 feet long, with intricate designs of the sand dunes of Silgur. A stoppered iron bottle with a brass top. A golden chariot set with platinum wings that can fit 1 medium-sized creature.
Is this like the golden chariot we got in the last
No.
dungeon? Where
No.
or is this one actually magic?
This one's... You'll have to find out.
Okay.
might inside your tiny or inside your portable hole.
A translucent, transparent shield that shimmers slightly. And an ornate lute with a hollowed-out designs of animals carved into it.
Wait, it's a
I think I
flute
know what
lute?
that one
Is it
is.
like a...
Lute.
Okay.
Is that what that? Does that seem familiar?
Yeah.
To my Sunday DM brain?
Yeah. But I think
Hilarious.
I had it added as lute long before that, though, Sam.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know about
Isn't
it.
that a
until-
coincidence?
So what a coincidence!
What a fun coincidence.
I got it from a random generator though, so like.
And looking into the chest, actually, Eclipse, as you look into it, the chest is just a void space, 2 feet in diameter, but there's no end in sight. You actually can't see a bottom to this chest.
is it a chest of holding?
You're gonna have to find out.
Oh, now that you say that, I'm gonna pull the things on the top out.
Okay, so you pull out the carpet, the iron flask, and the chariot. Oh,
Yeah.
what happened there?
The shields and the loot.
Okay, rearrange windows time.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Justin.
Like it's too messy for me to do it in Zoom directly.
Okay.
So what are you doing?
I'm pulling everything that I can see out.
You can pull everything out that I described.
Okay.
The chariot shouldn't fit in the chest, but as you pull the chariot out, the chest lid, the mouth of the chest actually kind of like very the Santa Claus style, down the chimney opens to allow the chariot to be pulled out.
Oh,
And
what's
all
that?
of its bad CGI glory.
It's like watching bad CGI. Yeah.
What's that one? What's the game? Superliminal, I think. Is it
Yeah.
like that, where it's like the perspective shifts and it looks smaller, but then as soon as you get it out, it's
Yeah.
like way bigger.
So
No,
yeah,
wait a minute.
you pull out a full-sized chariot, the shield,
Cool.
and the loot, and yeah, it is just a void space in this chest.
Okay. Knowing how the bag of holding works, I'm gonna stick my hand in and try to grab Bahamut's Bane.
Nope.
Nothing.
That shit's gone.
It's worth a try.
Consequences.
Yeah. Oh well. You know what? I was too OP with that dagger anyway. It's fine.
So yeah, lying before you are these items and this strange void chest.
This whole time, Noose is casting Detect Magic.
It's all
to make
magical.
sure.
It's all magical, including the chest.
All right.
And
concerned
the
with the
tower,
chest
the tower is no longer pinging magic.
Okay.
And as soon as the chest is open and all the stuff's been pulled out, the tower disappears. And you're all standing where the tower once stood with the chest and everything that was pulled out of it there. So you're back in the jungle, like the clearing.
Welcome to the jungle.
We've got fun and games.
A T-Rex eats Ash and Eclipse. It's real sad.
Bring it on!
Ash morphs into a pit fiend inside its stomach.
Like, you have to kill me first.
But yeah, all the stuff pulled out of the chest, including the chest, is magical, per Noose's detection.
Well, who's up for a short rest?
We didn't just like walk back to the ship and do that?
Takes a few hours.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we could encounter a T-Rex in that time.
That's true.
We could.
And Ash, that mark on your hand is kind of pulsing a little harder. Like the pulse in your neck is a little. It's also pinging to another location.
That's the one on the island, right?
Yep, 60 miles to the north.
We also needed to... What else did we need to do?
Get Joseph? Or not
Yeah, but he-
Joseph.
Galen.
Galen on Old
Galen.
Newport.
There we go.
Yeah. So are we heading to Old Newport?
Yeah, that's also where, I'm getting a sense that might be where Asmodeus' artifact is as well right now.
Guys, how long has it been?
Probably like 2 weeks or something. We should check to make sure you...
We need to talk to our crew.
Yeah, that's why, that was another reason why a couple hours might not be the worst idea, because we don't want to make sure that it's still
Yeah,
here.
you guys could see the tower from the ship, and now the tower is just gone. So they definitely would have seen that too.
Yeah. Should probably let them know that we're not dead. They've been waiting here a while.
Mm-hmm. 3 weeks.
Let's go to the ship then.
I could
Don't worry, if
get-
anything happens, I will protect all of you.
You know, I could just get aboard the ship really quick.
Can you teleport now?
Well, via plants. I have my plant in my room still that they've been taking care of. I made sure to
Right.
tell them.
Transport via plants, it has to be the same kind of plant.
Do you at least go from like this side of the jungle to like the
Yeah.
edge of the jungle?
Yes,
by the way?
100%.
Must have seen, but I remember I was telling you if I found any plants along the way, and I had it in her vial from her healer's kit.
Right. Right. Right.
Can you bring people through with you with that, or is that just you?
You can bring others, I think.
Yeah.
For the duration, any creature can step into the target plant and exit from the destination.
I think the
plant.
target plant also has to be big enough to step through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it creates a portal in the plant.
Yeah.
It also, I think, is what's the duration on that, if I may ask?
One round, I think.
Round. So 6
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah, we have to like
Seconds.
run through together.
I could literally just
go,
like
go.
slap it, yeet out,
it has-
break the plant.
It has to be a tree that's big enough, though.
Mm-hmm.
So your best bet would be to teleport through a tree here. That's on the other side of the jungle where the ship is.
Yeah, just like to
Yeah.
the coast, basically.
Yeah, unfortunately, the plan.
Which is still cutting off like 5 or 6 hours.
Oh, yeah.
It's cutting off about 3.5, 4 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I
Yeah.
could still do because whenever Leah goes, she touches things and eats.
Yeah.
That is true. We are very confident that is 100% accurate.
Yeah.
So is that what you're doing?
Yeah, let's try. Let's do that.
Are you? What do you? What of all these magic items? What are you bringing?
All of them.
I like the Silgarian. What was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the chest. When you go to pick up the chest, it only weighs 5 pounds.
Yeah, I'd love to have a Silgarian artifact.
So
like
you got
that.
the Silgarian rug.
Let's put everything back in the chest and carry just the chest.
Sure, yeah. So
Okay.
that's great.
You shove everything
Yeah,
back
then-
into the chest. The chest still only
Yeah, then
the chest still only weighs 5 pounds.
It's a chest of. How big is the chest, by the way? Is it like full Legend of Zelda treasure chest, or are we talking like smaller and easier to carry?
The opening of the chest is 2 feet in diameter. So
Circle?
So like
Well-
boss key.
so think of it like a normal sized chest,
Okay.
Sounds about right.
but it's a blue and gold ornate chest.
Justin,
Yes.
would it be possible for you to send the list of the stuff that was there?
I will once they're identified.
Okay, cool. Oh, awesome. Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, we
I'm
can identify this either here or back at the ship. I think we're gearing up to really make sure the crew
Yeah.
we're okay.
You just see Leah going over to the first prettiest tree that she finds.
oh, gotta go.
And she's just standing by it looking at everybody.
Oh, wait. Charlie!
That's right, Charlie's here.
No response.
Oh, no! Oh
Harley.
no! You left a chimera alone on the island for 3 weeks.
What could possibly go wrong?
There's no more dinosaurs on this island.
Here, hold on. And he's gonna bend over.
What?
Come down here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he's gonna touch your throat. Try it again. He's casting thaumaturgy.
Charlie!
Nope.
Oh.
Well, hopefully he's on the boat.
Do you need someone to be able to search for him quickly?
I suppose.
Yeah, hold on.
You get a real good sense he's on the boat.
Oh, okay.
Just
okay.
don't want you guys wasting magical capabilities. You get a sense he's probably back on the boat.
Okay.
This is kind of DM fuckery that you do. Indie fuckery where you just go, guys, we used all of our higher level spells just to find a
Chimera.
A pet.
a pet that we haven't used in combat yet.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Underwater turned into
Just,
Turned into a giant shark, and I rode
just
him.
wait.
Oh boy. All right, yeah. Let's all aboard the Leah Tree Express.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
boy. Are you ready?
Everybody have their hands on the tree.
Oh. Okay.
It's a tree ant. No.
Everybody's okay. And you just see, starting from her hand, fungal spores start spreading through it. And then all of a sudden, we're just transported to a tree near the ship that
Yep.
she was touching before.
You basically appear on the beach, almost, and you can see monkfish on the side of the boat going, "Well, fuck. Took you long enough.
Yeah.
Sorry.
about
Your chimera ate one of the Kuatoa.
that. Oh, which one?
Bjorksnass.
No.
Oh, no, Bjork's nice.
No.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
I take just embrace. Run my seppuku.
Took you guys long enough. Why'd the tower disappear?
We killed it.
You killed the tower.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yo.
We killed the master of the tower.
Nice chest.
Yeah, it really is.
Thank you. I've been doing pull-ups lately. I'm really glad that you noticed. It's nice. I know
I
you,
can
work
tell.
Those work your lats, though.
yeah. Well, I mean, not the way I do them.
Well, what's the plan?
Reverse pull.
Come on, get on the ship. Your chimera's fucking eating all the food.
Ogden goes
Alright.
full horizontal when he does pull-ups.
Okay. Yeah. Also, I was very disappointed. I had to check. I was like, wait, can you use transport via plants to transport between two ents?
Yes.
And the answer is no. It says inanimate.
Aw.
That'd
be so cool.
They did that on Critical Role, and it was so cool. Anyways.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or just did Tree Stride. Anyways.
Tree stride.
Is that a separate spell?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, any information in the tower worth?
Oh yeah.
We need to go to Old Newport.
We were just there.
Yep,
We need to go back.
Would you guys? I think I'd recommend sailing. You guys look like shit.
Yeah, we definitely need to take the long way.
It's only a 15-hour sail. So
Wait, isn't it 60 miles north?
yeah, 15 hours about. I looked up.
Okay.
I looked at the stats of a warship's traveling speed.
3 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Wow, that's slow.
Damn, you are so informed when you're not chain smoking. Like your stats.
Thanks.
Right.
I think he trains.
He ran out of catnip in these 3
No.
weeks.
Yeah, I ran out of. Yeah, it's been 3 weeks. Just so you guys know,
I think it's also he smokes because of us.
it's been 3 weeks.
He has to deal with
3
us.
weeks
so,
that
like,
I've
when
had
we're
to
not
deal
around.
with all the Kuatoa and Joseph.
I
You've
could try
also,
to grow you some stuff.
No, thank you.
also, your self-discipline is amazing because you are sitting on a big wad of cash.
I am.
Yeah, we
I have
couldn't
not
leave.
spent a single coin.
Insight check.
Go for it.
Help action.
How you
Get
helping?
advantage.
Can you help in an insight
No,
check?
you can.
Then what's it? Owl's wisdom.
Okay.
Oh, well,
That's
27.
for advantage.
I rolled a 27.
Yeah, he's literally just been sitting on it. He hasn't really been anywhere to spend it.
Yeah. Figure.
I would have spent it on supplies that we needed, but we really don't go anywhere.
Yeah. We need to go to Atlantic City or something.
We stay in the Feywild. We stay in the Nine Hells. It's been
Well, what's that sail then, right?
all right. He says something undercommon, and the Kuatoa start nodding, and they run and start doing all the stuff set up. I've been learning undercommon for the last 3 weeks.
It's a good use of the time.
It is a good use of the time.
Proud of you.
Thanks.
Hey, did you use that new speaking stone app, Kuolingo? No,
No.
I'll see myself out.
Joseph died though.
Cool.
I was gonna mention
Again?
that. I was gonna mention
What?
Charlie ate him, but it's fine, right?
But he's
Yeah, it's fine, I'll
alive.
just kill you.
No, Joseph's fine. He's sleeping.
Okay. God.
You really shouldn't take anything Monkfish says seriously. He's really trying to just
All right. Well,
trying to get out.
now that I'm no longer in control of the ship, I'm gonna have a nap.
Could you point me towards our ballast ammunition or cannonballs, please?
Yeah, they're downstairs, a couple decks below in the ammunition storage room.
Oh, perfect. Oh, amazing. Thank you.
We might need them. We never load those cannons with anything.
Well, that's why.
Nah.
And luckily, we have the Kuatoa because it takes 1 action to load a cannon, 1 action to aim a cannon, and 1 action to fire a cannon. So all the Kuatoa can just man 1 cannon and just go poof. Anyways.
Ogden, you gonna identify all this stuff too?
Yeah. I was going to identify. Do you want me to just identify it here on the deck? I also, I'd love to have a conversation with you, Noose, as the holder of all of our things. If you wouldn't mind following me over here as I
We've got time.
pull out our knickknacks. Is there anything else we need to do before we set sail?
Not that I know
I think we
of.
can do everything on the move,
Yeah,
right?
it's a 15-hour
Yeah.
sail.
Yeah. Let's kiss goodbye to sweet terra firma, and get this.
Oh, I hope that doppelganger dude is all right from the.
All right.
Oh yeah, I didn't know where any of them ended
Bublin.
You guys want to go back to
Bob.
talk to Boblin? Now's the
The tower's gone.
Yeah, he's kaput.
I'll have to send him a message at some time. Get him do a sending spell. See if he
Yeah.
responds.
Right. Bob.
I'm gonna go up to the crow's nest and take a nap.
Great.
And I start climbing up.
Okay.
Leah's going to find her cat.
Okay.
Oh, I'm looking for Charlie.
Charlie is below deck, a little chubby.
You
You
came.
eat good there? You eat good there, Charlie?
You can see one of the
3
barrels.
weeks?
You can see one of the barrels of salted fish has been completely demolished and is laying nearby.
You have a good couple of weeks there, Charlie. Just enjoy yourself.
There's some howler monkey bones in the corner.
Oh yeah, you feasted good, huh? Mm-hmm. All right. Yep. We've all been there after Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about it, buddy. All right, we'll have you out and flying again soon.
So what's Ogden and Keysong doing?
Yeah. Hey there, Newsy. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do we what do we have in the bag of holding that's about as long as this chest, maybe just a little longer, and pretty durable? Do we have anything like big thigh bones or pieces of strong wood? Oh, maybe I should talk to Ash if there's any of that chandelier available.
I'm looking. I got a Deinonychus skull. I got that big ice spider queen fang.
Oh, about how big is that fang? Oh, did you snag? You snagged that horn, right? We definitely snagged that horn.
Yeah.
Great.
I forgot to mention it. You would have gotten the Garistro horn, which is massive.
Yeah. Oh, great. So, about how long is that horn? About
I'm trying to get in my webcam so I can show the actual length of it.
About 2 feet or 2.5 feet.
Almost 3.
Almost 3, but
Yeah.
not quite.
Big horns. Yeah, almost 3. I'll say 2 feet 11 inches.
Knocking on 3 foot's door. Okay. All right.
Why does
Great.
that sound like an album?
It
Why does it
does.
sound like the name of an album? And why?
Knocking
it sounds
on
like the name of an album. I
heaven's
have no.
door.
I
Yeah,
wish
I
I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a ball.
Knocking on 3 feet's door.
Okay, great. Okay, so here's the plan. Noose, I've got I think I say we go to that island. I say we go with an army. What do you think?
I mean, we're just going to snag Galen. I mean, if we need the army to hold off Ash, if Ash flips squipt or something.
You think that's a possibility?
I mean, yeah, it's like a possibility anytime we have battle.
Well, I honestly, I thought we were past that. Do you think? Oh gosh, yeah, no, that's a very, I suppose, pragmatic look at it. Well,
I got stuff to help. If it's some type of mental control they're doing on him, but if it's like anything stronger, I can't do anything.
Can I just mention that I love that in every party the barbarians are in, the rest of the party treats them like the Avengers treat the Hulk.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we just everybody else is fine. The barbarian, you have to have a plan on how to take them down in case they get mind controlled. Shoot them into space. That's the Illuminati's response.
Yeah. So Noose, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna get some of our ballista bolts.
They're cannonballs.
Oh. So it's not a ballista. It's
This ship has cannons. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I thought we had ballista. My bad. That was a different ship that we
It was
had.
a different ship. Yeah. This one has cannons that when the cannons hit, they also do cold damage.
Okay. And those are probably about roughly that.
Yeah.
Like a softball.
Yeah.
Great. So I'm looking for durable materials that are no bigger than a 2.5. Think of this horn as sort of a guide. Anything smaller than this, around that size.
As you hold the horn up to the chest, you can see the chest is like starting to accommodate the size of the horn, as it accommodated a whole chariot.
Depending on. Oh,
No, I'm getting all sorts of ideas. Sigmund isn't on the ship anymore. Sigmund left, right?
Sigmund's back at Dawnbreak Cove.
Okay, well then I will need to have maybe someone else on the ship help me craft something.
I mean, I don't know what exactly we are looking for, Ogden, but I mean, I got these vials of acrid. I got this this sling.
The testicle sling.
What?
It's probably pretty, yeah.
Ogden smells it.
I got this Remoraz. It's still hot.
At this, as you start pulling out these organic materials, it sounds like the chest is salivating.
And I got I got a monocle. That's from that was from that turtle guy. Just a little monocle. It's a mundane thing. You can have it.
Wait, he got fucked up.
Here, take it, Ogden.
Brizu.
So with a monocle. There you go.
Great. I've already got some glasses for this monocle. It's very cool.
The ship starts sailing, because, of course, it'd be already sailing at this point.
I got this bunch of these really weird-looking guts
The chest starts salivating when those are pulled out.
of like a black abshai.
Hey, Noose, hold on, sorry. And I grab his hand that's holding the guts, and I slowly move it towards the chest and watch what happens.
It salivates, but not about Noose's hand.
Yeah.
Just about the organic materials he's holding.
Take the guts away.
Stop salivating.
That's right. These are mine.
Noose, I think this chest, I think it might want things.
You can always identify it.
I would love to. No, I would love to
Okay.
pop off and identify.
Okay. On everything or just the chest?
I mean, yeah, on everything. If that's, I think there was, 4 or 5?
Yeah, we'll just say during...
I spent the first hour.
Yeah. The carpet is a carpet of flying.
Yes.
The 5 foot by 7 one, so it has a total capacity of 600 pounds, and it has a 40-foot flying speed. It moves according to your spoken directions, provided that you are within 30 feet of it. A carpet can carry up to twice its weight shown on the table, but it flies at half speed if it carries more than its normal capacity. The second item is an iron flask, which I will
Is it the Pokeball?
This iron bottle has a brass stopper. You can use an action to speak the flask's command word, which is what you program the command words, targeting a creature that you can see within 60 feet of you. If the target is a native to a plane of existence other than the one you're on, the target must succeed on a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw, or be trapped in the flask. If the target has been trapped by the flask before, it has advantage on the saving throw. Once trapped, a creature remains trapped in the flask. Oh, wait. A flask can hold on one creature at a time. Once trapped, it remains in the flask until released. A creature trapped in the flask doesn't need to eat, breathe, drink, and doesn't age. You can use an action to remove this flask stopper and release the creature the flask contains. The creature is friendly to you and your companions for 1 hour and obeys your commands for that duration. If you give no commands or give it a command that is likely to result in its death, it defends itself but otherwise takes no actions. At the end of the duration, the creature acts in accordance with its normal disposition and alignment. An identify spell reveals that a creature is inside of the flask, but the only way to determine the type of creature is to open the flask. In Ogden, there is a creature already in the flask.
Yeah.
Doesn't tell you what type.
I'm gonna hold on to that for just a minute. Noose, there's a friend inside here.
The chariot is a flying chariot. The chariot's riders and creatures pulling the chariot gain a +1 bonus to their AC. If the magic chariot is pulled by one or more flying creatures, it too can fly.
Charlie.
Yeah. The translucent, transparent, weird shimmering shield is an animated shield. Requires attunement. While holding this shield, you can speak its command word as a bonus action to cause it to animate. The shield leaps into the air and hovers in your space to protect you as if you were wielding it, leaving your hands free. The shield remains animated for 1 minute until you use a bonus action to end this effect or until you are incapacitated or die, at which point the shield falls to the ground. Or into your hand if you have one free. So it's a magical shield, +2 bonus to AC if you're wielding it. But yeah.
Do you have to be proficient in it or no?
It is a shield. So yes.
Oh, but okay. I didn't know if it like. Took care
No,
of
it
that
doesn't say
by-
it doesn't say there's proficiency requirement for attuning it.
Okay.
But
okay.
yeah.
It's proficient in itself, I'd imagine. It just like flies around
It's a
blocking
really useful
stuff.
one. The the last 2 magic items, because the chest is also one. The loot is, yes, Samuel, what you thought it was. A DOS loot. It is a wondrous item which requires attunement by a bard. And there is a bard in the party now. An instrument of the bards is an exquisite example of its kind, superior to any ordinary instrument in every way. 7 types of these instruments exist, each named after a legendary bard college. A creature that attempts to play the instrument without being attuned to it must succeed on a DC 15 wisdom saving throw or take 2d4 psychic damage. So essentially, once you attune to it, if someone else tries to play it, they can take psychic damage. You can use an action to play the instrument and cast one of its spells. Fly, invisibility, levitate, protection from from evil and good, animal friendship, protection from energy, fire only, and protection from poison. And because our bard is also a rogue, invisibility. It's just fun. Once the instrument has been used to cast a spell, it can't be used to cast that spell again until the next dawn. The spell is use your spellcasting ability and spell save DC. You can play the instrument while casting a spell that causes any of its targets to be charmed on a failed saving throw, thereby imposing disadvantage on the save. This effect applies only if the spell has a somatic or material component. Das Loot. The final magic item is a homebrewed one called Goad's Infinity Chest. This blue and gold chest is rather large, but never weighs more than 5 pounds. The opening of the chest is 2 feet in diameter with no end in sight. The chest is an endless void of space, similar to a bag of holding, but has no limit on what it can hold. Retrieving an item from the chest requires an action. Contrary to the size of its opening, an object no larger than 200 cubic feet, which is, it's not massive. 200 cubic feet is like a big old moving box.
That's humongous.
It's a big old moving box, essentially.
Humongous New York apartment.
Into the chest, as the mouth of the chest accommodates to the object up to a size that's placed within. When you first start using the chest, you determine which creatures are capable of opening it safely. Any creature not permitted, of tiny to large, that tries opening the chest must succeed in a DC 25 strength saving throw, or they're pulled into the chest and slowly begin to get digested. If a living creature is in the chest for a minute, they are digested by the chest and killed. A creature can only escape the chest with a plane shift. The corpse can never be retrieved, and a creature killed in this way can only be resurrected by true resurrection or wish. If the creature was carrying any objects, they are dispersed into the chest and added to its contents. If the previous person who used this chest is dead, or gave the chest up willingly, then it doesn't devour anyone until it's activated again. With the chest, you can do one of the following special actions when using it. Once a day, when placing an object inside the chest, you speak the command word, deliver, and can designate one creature on the same plane of existence as you to send the object to instantaneously. If you are not familiar with this creature, or they're not on the same plane of existence as you, there's a 35% chance the item returns to the chest. Bomb.
2 Asmodeus.
Once a day, when placing an object inside the chest, you can speak the command word transfer. And that object can be pulled from any storage and container you encounter, such as chests, wardrobes, barrels, crates, etc., even if the infinity chest is on another plane of existence and no matter the size of the storage container. So for example, you put a great sword in the chest, leave the chest on your ship or something, go into a building with no weapons on you, as an action, pull the great sword out of a vase. Any storage container.
Oh, so it transfers anything inside of it to where you are?
Yeah, essentially.
You can pull a rabbit out of a hat, basically.
But only once.
Sort of Gryffindor.
Once a day, you can put an object in and give that command word to let that object gain that benefit. Instead of lugging the chest around wherever you go, you can speak the command word conceal. And as an action, the chest shrinks down into the size and appearance of a rusted, worthless copper coin, with the visage of a 3-headed toad. If you wish to use the chest again, you speak the command word reveal as an action, and it reverts back to being a chest. Placing Goad's infinity chest inside an extra-dimensional space created by a bag of holding, handy haversack, portable hole, or similar item instantly destroys the item that it was placed inside of, and the chest spews out all of its contents in a random plane of the DM's choosing. The chest then transforms into a spitting mimic and attacks. If this transformation occurs, the chest is lost. And that is Goad's infinity chest.
What you got there, Ogden?
Sick-ass chest that essentially is sentient and will help us out in many multiple ways, and I've already got a couple ideas brewing in my head about it.
So, should I feed this to him?
No. Wait, feed what?
He holds up, like, the guts of that black abshai.
Well, hey, Chesty, working on a name for you. What about, Barrel? Like a chest named Barrel? That seems fun.
Barrel-chested?
Are you hungry? Exactly. Are you hungry? Are you hungry, chest?
It doesn't answer.
I like the name Lockwood.
Real quick,
Lockwood?
Yeah.
while Ogden is doing... Because was that ritual? Did you ritually cast those identifies?
Yeah, so it's probably about 15 minutes or whatever it is.
Okay. During that time, Ashley's going to come up on the deck with just like an armful of clothes and come up to Noose. Be like, hey, Noose, could you help me with something real quick?
Yeah. And he just tosses the guts over at the mimic thing.
Okay. It just disappears into the chest.
Oh.
Just goes to the void space and is stored in the void space.
So, hey, buddy, how's it going?
It's going all right. What's up?
I see Ogden's doing the identify thing. That looks good. I was wondering if I could get your help with something.
Yeah, sure. What's up, buddy?
And I'm just going to have the armor of the living armor I'm wearing just like actually manifest into its real form.
Mm-hmm.
So just like this weird chitinous covering that goes like a scuba suit.
Yeah. That looks familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you knew I had this, right? Yeah, no, I told you.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah. I was wondering if you could help me get it off.
Oh. Yeah, I think I can.
I think it's cursed because...
I mean, I know it, yeah.
Just...
Yeah,
it's got like little suckers and like little spines that are like embedded in my skin.
I see them hooks in you.
Yeah, it's really uncomfortable actually. It's been kind of just itchy this whole time.
Yeah, it's like a little cocklebur.
Yeah.
But it's like a reverse cocklebur.
It's been really helpful because like it makes poison and psychic damage and necrotic damage do less. But if I'm going to be attuning to an Asmodeus artifact anytime soon, I'm gonna need an attunement slot.
I mean, but do you?
I mean, so here's the thing. Like, I think from what we found, Asmodeus' artifact is kind of outside it's not a world breaker artifact, so it doesn't have the side effects that the rest of them do. And I think, given that the deal we made, it will only provide me benefit. As far as I can tell. I mean, like, we also need as much as possible to help in this fight, right? Like, it doesn't have the world-ending side of it. It can't release Asmodeus, he's already releasing himself. Like, it can't make things worse. Okay, it could, but...
Well,
but, like, not as worse as, like, the crown and the rest of it.
you know what? Just as long as you don't mind that I have some, safety measures in place against you.
I mean, that makes total sense. I could turn into a pit fiend anytime I die, so, like, it's a good idea to keep those... That's a good idea. That's just a good idea.
I mean, your buddies just know how to stop you, okay?
Yeah, well, yeah,
That's
that makes
just-
perfect sense, yeah.
Yeah.
You can hear someone shuffling around in like the darker part of the ship where some of the hammocks are. It's like, yeah, we know how to stop them already. It's fine.
Oh. What are you doing down there?
Just creeping in the dark.
Alright. So, yeah, could you help me get this off?
Are you ready?
Yeah, oh yeah.
All right.
This thing's exhausting to wear. It feels like it's literally sapping my life force all the... I wake up just tired and sore every day.
I just want you to be
sure
prepared.
it's not age?
I just want you to be prepared, Ash. This is not gonna feel good. It's gonna feel like tearing off a piece of yourself. Eclipse can kind of vouch. Once you've had like a little dingleberry on you for that long, it feels like it's a part of you.
Yeah, I'm compared to a different dingleberry I had for longer. I feel like this is a short stint, really.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
He's just gonna dig around in the bag of holding. You'll see him like twitches. He's like trying to think of something specific.
Mm-hmm.
And where is it? He's gonna pull out some diamond dust.
Mm-hmm.
Hold out your well, actually, yeah, hold it open like you were doing.
Alright, yeah, I'll try. I'll like pull it at the neck and like try and stretch it out.
Yeah, and he's just gonna like sprinkle some diamond dust in there,
Mm-hmm.
And he's just say, "Oh wait, no, bend down a little more."
Alright.
and he's gonna smack the spot and cast Greater
All right,
Restoration.
you have
to
a
remove
choice.
Oh, wait.
You have a choice.
Oh wait, greater restoration. I need remove curse.
That works.
It does
Greater
do-
restoration.
Oh,
works.
does it too?
But
Yeah.
Keeson, you have a choice because there are two effects messing with Ash. There's the curse and the modify memory.
Right.
Modify memory is still there.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I mean he's not gonna take away the modified memory. That's nothing but good has happened since then.
Alright.
All right.
But yeah, he'll probably wait a little longer on that
Okay.
other one, but he'll definitely get rid of the.
Okay.
First armor.
Yeah.
The armor falls off, and as it falls
I'm
off,
I'm picturing like from Spider-Man when he goes into
Yeah.
the bell tower and rings the bell. It's like, dong.
yeah, it's like pulling itself off, and you see like little holes where it's like stuck into ash and drained as blood. The armor just falls inert onto the deck of the ship.
It's like grab the. I was not wearing clothes under that. Like that was my clothes. So Ash is just naked. Just,
Oh, yeah. So
Bundles
there's like bite marks where you don't want bite marks.
yeah, just like neck to wrists to ankles. Like I was wearing a scuba suit. Just like little pinpricks all over me. Just oh, all right. I'm just gonna let me just put some pants on real quick. All right, thank you. Whew.
Yeah, gee whiz, Ash. How long did you have that on?
When did we fight the Shadow Dragon?
Oh, jeez.
The Feywild, right? We were in the Feywild.
No,
Shadowfell?
that was
You were
before-
not. You were on
Oh,
another.
no,
you
where
were on
was
another
that?
continent, Esselfire.
Yeah.
That
Oh, yeah,
was
since Esselfire. How long ago was that?
real world time, almost a year.
That was since before before we killed Kalios.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it was before Kalios. It was episode 40 something.
I've been wearing it a while.
50 episodes, yeah.
Yeah.
Months.
Wow,
I'd say a few months.
Say that felt pretty. I thought that was more recent than that. Oh wow. Okay.
That's what I was like. It's gonna feel like a PC's
yeah.
coming off, man.
Oh. Yeah. Just pick it up.
You wore it for a long time.
Yeah. You know.
Oh.
I just look at the edge of the ship.
Sorry, episode 58.
Okay, still a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna look at the edge of the ship and the armor. Do you think anyone would mind if I just? Just.
Overboard?
Yeah.
We could just keep it around and give it to someone we don't like.
That's the thing, though. It does have benefits, and the drawbacks aren't that bad.
I don't know, man. That
I mean,
really
okay.
bad.
Compared, I was.
You can see
I
the
was
armor is
functioning just
slowly
fine.
trying to like inch its way towards Keysonk.
I'm just gonna take it and just huck it overboard.
Well, you guys are below deck, so there's like windows you can just.
Oh,
chuck
are we?
it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can just
Oh,
open
okay.
up one
A
of the
little
portholes.
porthole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, actually, I pick it up. I noticed he threw the guts to the chest. I'm gonna dangle it near the chest's mouth.
Okay, it's stored inside the chest.
Oh no, I wanted to see if it would eat it.
It would not.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
So I dangle it because it is
It
living.
is like a living.
It's
armor.
organic. It's,
I'd rule that it would eat the armor.
but I don't know what that would do to the chest. I don't want to break it. I don't know if it would bond to it or something. I don't want that coming to life. Yeah, just the ocean. Let's just
Okay.
just the ocean.
Boosh! And it just
It
sinks beneath
wraps
the
itself
waves.
on a shark.
And
Oh,
10
then that's
episodes
so
later,
much.
we get a kraken wrapped in that armor. Well, shit.
We just
Yeah,
add that to my
oh.
notes.
Next campaign, find a shark
Yeah.
wearing living armor.
That'll be more of like a next campaign
Harsh!
thing. That'll be more of a next campaign thing. Harsh is dead. So.
That's what it's like a puffin with that armor would be dope as shit.
A puffin.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
Something cute and adorable. Clownfish.
But yeah, you see the armor just sink beneath the waves.
It sinks beneath the tide.
I gotta say, Ash, I think that was a good decision.
Yeah. I mean, it was helpful so far, but like, I feel like I'm gonna actually get a good night's sleep for the first. I woke up feeling just tired.
Will you?
Well, better than I would have.
We'll say because I think identifies an hour, right, to cast, or is it 10 minutes?
It's 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, so only
I
15
cast it like
minutes.
5 times.
Yeah, and if you cast it 5 times, and it's like an extra
right.
minute.
For the sake of the narrative, is there anything anybody wants to do for your first day at sea? It's 15 hours, so you have your 8 hours, which is your full day, and then your next bit. Does anybody else want to do? Yeah, Ogden.
Wait, doesn't he?
Oh, right.
After you. Sorry, you were saying, Garrett or Sam? Do you guys have?
No, I was like, oh right, we were gonna do something. Like,
Oh, you and I?
Ogden and News, or I mean, yeah, Ogden and News, right?
Yeah, specifically, and I can ask everyone on the ship for anything that they can spare. Because specifically, I'd like to take my rest. If it's not too much to ask, I'd like to wait until 11 hours into the journey to take my rest.
Sure, because you
and-
trance. You only need 4 hours.
Yeah, and at I want to be kind of stalking the ship, stalking STALK.
Okay.
Looking for items that
Okay.
are roughly between 2 and 2.5 feet and very like sturdy. Like I'm talking like femurs. I'm talking like ammunition. I'm talking
Okay.
or a couple vials of that
Um,
acrid. Looking up to
You.
I got this Bob Ross wig.
You find because Monroe had cannonballs stored, and when this was her ship, you can find 300 cannonballs
okay.
that were there the entire time. That's in like the hold, so the very bottom of the ship where nobody goes. That's just like the storage area down there, where also the medical area is. So you can also find like medical supplies, like big old bone saws and.
Like how many bone saws? I know that's a weird detail.
3.
Bone saw is ready.
3.
Noose, how many vials of that acrid are you willing to part with?
Well, I have a small one and I have a large one.
Could I have the small one?
Yep. Be careful with it.
I like a baby bird egg, of course.
All right, here you go.
And then you can just find assorted like ship materials, barrels of rum.
Oh, like a small like a pony keg of rum.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Sorry, pardon me. How many? Is it cool if I have like 3 or 4 of those, or how? What's over
You
the
find
roll?
8.
Find 8. Okay, I'm gonna take 3 of those.
Okay.
You seem pretty.
We just see Ogden going up and down the ship.
Oh, I think I know.
And,
I
like,
think
collecting things.
I know what you're doing.
Okay.
I think I got a clue.
I'd also like to maybe grab like if we have like a perhaps like a if there are any broken materials. I'm looking for like sturdy wood.
Oh yeah, there's
like 2x4s.
Charlie destroyed a big barrel of salted fish. There's just shards of this barrel that are relatively good size.
Okay, I'm gonna probably grab some of that iron. Do we still? I find. Can I look for ash?
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there like, is there a bathtub on this ship?
There is not.
Okay. Ash is just Ash is just like stripped down to his skivvies and just like dropped a rope off of somewhere like relatively low down and is just like dragging himself through the ocean, just like salting his, just like cleaning off all of that.
Wounds.
It hurts, but it's good for them. It hurts, but it's good for me.
It hurts, and give me an athletics check to see if you can hold on.
Right.
I mean, it's only 3
Athletics.
miles an hour, so
You're keel hauling yourself.
I'm just dragging behind the back.
you basically are. Yeah, we'll see if you keel haul yourself.
Kill how be going up.
I know.
It's only 3 miles an hour. That's less than walking speed.
Fair.
24.
Yeah, you're fine. You're one-handed.
I have a plus 11.
How fast do warships go? Do I have that mileage right? 4 miles per hour. Yep.
Yeah.
96 miles per day.
Yeah. Oh, the Void Maw went 5 miles an hour. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's one I have in my.
because it was smaller.
Yep.
So what was I saying? Oh dang! I was gonna give something to Ash. So I'm sitting on. So I have the items. Ash, are you? I've noticed you've got a change of clothing.
Yeah. I think I did that like right in front of you because Noose was
Yeah,
with you, and that's
true.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're just like focusing on casting, and I'm doing the Black Suit Spider-Man Venom separation, just like 8 feet away from you.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like a typical day on on the what do we call this? The snow minnow.
Roar.
The typical day on Thror, aka Snow Minnow.
Yeah, what's up?
Did you how are you feeling? It looks like you're a little less protected. Did you need oh boy, if you're saving room for attunement, I suppose that's, well, now I'm in game and out of game mixing. There's a fancy shieldaroo here that animates.
Well, I'm saving room for something else, so I think if we're splitting up loot, I have my eye on the chariot.
Oh, yeah. Well, then your chariot awaits. Let me say the keys are in the engine.
Well, I think Charlie's the engine.
Well, then the chief.
Charlie eat the keys.
Charlie ate the keys.
Alright.
Well, you can have that chariot whenever. All right. Well, also, again, if you find anything, if you have any equipment that you don't want to hold on to, that's anywhere between 2.5 feet and is sturdy, something like this, and I pull out Peggy, something similar to this. Put Peggy back.
A lance.
I don't think I have I have a lance. It might be extra. Oh, that's right. I did buy a shield. That's right. I don't think I have anything. Can I ask what you're doing? I notice you're like grabbing everything that size. It's not nailed down. and even some things that were.
I've noticed that sometimes we do things the hard way, and I'd love to try to do something the easy way. Do you need me to be less cute and coy about it?
No, that's fine. I like surprises.
Beautiful. So if you see anything, about 2.5 feet or less that's sturdy, you send it my way.
Hey.
All right. Well, off to see a lady about a loot. Yeah.
I'll pull myself up. Oh, that's right. Ash is wearing Justice skivvies and his belt of giant strength, so he keeps his strength score. So he's just basically wearing a title belt, nothing else.
You feel as you're like coming out of the water, you feel like a little pinch on your right toe.
Ow! What the? I look down.
There's a crab just like dangling on.
Reach down and pick it up.
Yeah, little crab.
News! I got something for dinner.
He sticks his head over the rail.
It's a crab, a little tiny crab, like this big. Sleight of hand check.
Does I get it? Oh yeah, let's do it. Sleight of hand.
Wait, me sleight of hand or
No,
him sleight of hand?
Keysonk.
Oh, okay.
16.
Right in the mouth.
All right. I'm gonna go put clothes on for the first time in months.
Monkfish is there, looking good.
Thanks.
Do you work
I'm
out?
turn into monkfish.
Don't like that.
A naked monkfish.
I mean, I'm wearing underpants, but wearing underpants and a title belt and nothing else.
You turn into a hairless cat, essentially, because that's what he is.
Oh yeah.
I'd love to whenever I can. I'd love to make my way towards Eclipse's room.
Yeah.
Well, I've been taking a short rest up in the
Right.
crow's nest.
She's in the crow's nest.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess then I'll work my way up to the crow's nest.
Okay.
Hello, a ring-a-ding. Hello, ahoy hoy.
Oh. Hello, welcome to my abode. How can I help you?
Well, I've got a surprise for you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Close your eyes.
Okay. She just
that-
instinctively puts her hands out.
Yeah, no, without even trying to attune or anything. I know that this is a risk. I'm gonna try playing a little song.
Wisdom save.
Oh boy.
Yes, I love this.
Oh boy. Oh, okay, it's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. So it's a 9.
You take 5.
no.
You take 5 psychic damage.
Okay. So
You do a little. You do a little.
Oh, God.
You do a little ditty. You feel like a sharp, like stabbing pain in your head, and then blood just starts to trickle into your ears.
I tried to play cat scratch fever. Also, Ted Nugent's a horrible person. But
It's all sharp and flat.
I don't know. It's that guitar thing when you go, oh yeah, it's like it just but if you just a cat and but there's just hold on, and then it's hold on, it just goes there's like
Eclipse has still got her eyes closed and hand held out.
It's called Das Loot, and now it's yours.
You got this big lute with animals kind of hollowed out and carved into the face of the instrument.
Huh. I'm gonna start attuning to it and start
Okay.
playing Blackbird.
Ooh.
Ding, ding,
Are you playing it right away?
ding, ding, ding. No, while I'm attuning.
Well, you have to be fully.
As part of
you have to be- you
attuning.
have to be fully attuned to
Okay.
play on it. So, roll me a wisdom save.
Okay, I'm not good at wisdom saves. Okay, it's better than 10. That's a 12.
You take 2 psychic damage.
Cool. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, with practice, it'll make it perfect. Listen,
I'm used to hopsicles, not loots.
fair. Hey, sweetness. Do you have any unanimated inert objects that are less than 2 feet or 2.5 feet really that are pretty durable?
I mean, there might be something on this robe. And I pull out the robe of useful items that has not been used at all. Or
Doors.
barely. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, one of those is a hand mirror?
I had the additional notes for what was in that one.
I was looking for it.
But I deleted them once I gave it up to someone.
I thought I wrote them somewhere.
They're somewhere. I've seen them too. Maybe they're in the
Yeah.
It'll be a deep look through. But
At
it has
any rate.
2 of the following: dagger, bullseye lantern, steel mirror, 10-foot pole, hempen rope, sack, and I don't remember the other ones it got.
I thought I wrote in what I would have gotten in there.
No worries. Well, I mean, if you don't mind, I'd take
Yeah.
that, I'd take that dagger.
Yeah. Can I actually take one, because now the only other weapon that I have is a cursed rapier.
And the short sword of life stealing.
Well, yeah, but I like to have 2 weapons handy.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
You
Yeah,
have your were-rat teeth.
Yeah, but I can't use those on a bonus action. I have
I
to
know.
use a weapon. So yeah, I take one dagger. You take the other.
Sounds perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
Cool. And feel free to take anything off if you can find what you're looking for on it. I feel like it's a group robe.
Yeah, of course. Oh, absolutely. Perfect. Yeah, no, it's wondrous. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Okay. All right. Good. Fantastic. All right. Well, good. Happy playing. By the way, you sound great. And then I run in, sneak a small, quick cheek kiss, and then, toodles. Slide down a rope.
Okay. You're sliding down?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely sliding down.
Acrobatics.
I'm gonna watch it.
Acrobatics or athletics?
Wait.
Neither one is great, so this is fantastic.
I'm gonna cast enhance ability for Cat's Grace.
So you have advantage. On dexterity.
Yeah.
So
So it's acrobatics.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's do that acro thing then. Oh, so you said
Advantage. Yeah.
So 17 then.
17. You slide right down Indiana Jones style.
Flip wizard.
I applaud him from the crow's nest.
Okay.
Ah. All right. So I head down. Can I find Leah?
Yeah.
Perfect.
She's in her room, most likely.
Just a little shave and a haircut. Excuse me. Leah. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yes, I can hear you. Hi. Hello.
Sorry, my internet just fucking.
Oh no.
Is Ogden and Eclipse still?
No, Ogden's at your room.
I've come to say hello to you.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I cut out there.
No worries.
Yeah, he's at your room.
Leah would not be in her room at this time.
Oh.
Okay, where is she?
During all that, she would have been doing something.
Okay, what are you
So
doing?
while they were off identifying Ash, trying to yeet the armor and all that, Leah would have found
Okay.
her, and taken her to the room where she was making her potions in, like the health potions, the mushroom potions, and all that.
Okay.
And like she was telling Lo, I want you to make sure no one comes into this room until I'm out, okay? If someone tries, distract them, okay?
Meow.
Yeah, she gives a little scratch, and she like opens the door to like let Lo out,
Okay.
and she closes it,
Okay.
and she kind of looks around, and she's just like holding onto her staff, and that comment that the Lich made about the fungal Lich not having any more spore druids, if it got destroyed, they'd just be zombies.
Yeah.
That's been gnawing at her.
Okay.
So you just kind of see her start to like grab like random plants she's had in her bags that have been drying, and you see her make a symbol in the ground with the remains of like the plants and a line at the bottom, and at each point she has a candle.
Okay.
And in the middle, she takes one of her mushrooms off.
Okay.
And she puts it in the middle. And on her staff, she kind of pierces her thumb. And she sprinkles it on the mushroom.
Okay.
And she starts burning, like, homemade incense around. Like, she's trying to sage, and she's going over each candle and trying to contact the fungal lich. Like, she's trying to get some sort of connection with him.
Okay.
And she is just, like, verbally going out, like, not loud, but she's just going, "Did you lie to me? Am I a pawn? Was the other lich right? Are you abandoning me?" And like she's just asking all these questions because she feels betrayed and confused.
The ship shudders. The entire ship shudders. That goes back to normal. But in your room, all those candles, one by one, blanketing the room in darkness. And from under the bed you hear, or there's no bed in here, but from under like some shelves and stuff, some crates, you can hear
Leah just grasps her staff kind of more firmly.
Okay.
She still has the incense, like her sage in her other hand.
And then you hear that groaning just behind your ear this time, just
She doesn't turn around immediately.
okay. And you can see two gnarled, rotting hands, one on your left shoulder, one on your right shoulder, just touching you there. And a voice comes in and goes, "Why do you speak to me, child?"
Somebody of your kin type told me that I'm just a pawn for you. You don't...
are not a pawn.
He said if I released you from the staff, which I was planning on before he said anything. I didn't want to tell the crew anything. I wanted to keep you safe. But he said that there would be no spore druids if you were free. They'd just be zombies.
They would have their existence.
Well, there's the circle, yes, but
Yes.
that's more like a shadow of a circle.
Anyone who follows me is an inevitable shadow.
At this time, Leah, like, turns to, like, face him.
Yeah. Facing you is the hag you encountered in the woods. Who... yeah, you saw what happened.
What happened?
So her long, gnarled limbs are just kind of hanging out, and she's drooling heavily. Mushrooms are growing all over her body.
So what happens if I don't release him then?
I am him.
What happens if I don't destroy the staff?
kind of smiles, and you see blackened, mossy teeth, like just drooling heavily. When the drool hits the deck of the boat, it sizzles a bit. Just punishment.
What kind? For me? Or for everyone?
Just points a long, gnarled finger at you, slowly. And it creaks and groans as the finger moves, like the bones haven't moved in quite some time. Just...
What's worse than this? And she kind of just like points around, gesturing to like the Asmodeus trying to take over the world and everybody dying.
He can't win. Breaking the staff can prevent that.
But I don't... How do I know you're not lying?
You've believed me this far.
Well, yeah, but...
Do you no longer have faith?
I have faith. But every other artifact that we encountered, we read about, we found out there was another way.
There is no other way.
So what happens if I die before destroying the staff then?
You will come back. We are bonded, symbiotic.
We are not bonded. And like Leah's like taking the staff in between the two of them. Me and this earth and the spores are bonded.
No, not anymore.
What do you mean?
You powered my artifact. You brought someone back with it. You and I are bonded.
So what if one of us kills the other?
And just smiles. No answer. Don't destroy it. And your don't destroy it. And I will come for each and every one of your friends. You summoned me to this place. I now have a means of getting here whenever I please.
And why would you want to do...
Symbiosis. Wherever you step, I can step.
So wherever you step, I can step. And where do you step nowadays?
Minoros. Will you destroy the staff?
I don't know.
If you're losing faith, maybe I should give it to someone who's stronger.
No! Like Leah just like knee-jerk like takes the staff closer. I love this thing. I love being a sport druid.
Being a spore druid is being corruption itself.
Well, decay's an extant form of life, okay? And I'm fine with that.
You will not be fine with the final result. I'm fine either way. Soon, that body of yours will be mine. You powered the staff. You are my prime host. And it just continues to salivate more. I will have full power soon enough.
Is there? She has the mushrooms on her head too, right?
Yeah.
Leah tries to go and grab one.
Well, she's obviously going to go to grab your hand, so contested athletics. You can use athletics or acrobatics, though.
I think that's gonna work either way. Oh, you have too much faith in me. Acrobatics.
Yeah.
Oh, 19 on the die for a 22.
Okay. Grabs your wrist. And as it grabs your wrist, you can feel this wave of necrosis running down your arm. And as the flesh on your right arm begins to rot and decompose, and your right arm just falls to the deck of the ship and melts. I can take away more than your arm. And there's a flash. No, not really a flash. You blink. The room is back to being lit up, and the fungal itch is gone. And your arm is still no longer there.
Leah's just like, I fucked up.
And the staff gone. And there's a voice in the back of your head that just says, you have 2 months. And that's where we're going to go to our break.
Oh shit!
So,
We've lost 2 world maker
break
artifacts in the
time.
span of
Break
2
time. 3, 2. 3, 2. Hello, everyone. We're back. So, Leah, you're standing there. Your right arm has just rotted off, decomposed.
Gentle repose! Gentle repose, she casts.
It's already goo.
Is it spreading up her arm?
There's like a little bit of like corruption at the shoulder, but that's it.
Gentle repose that bitch.
Nothing happens.
Oh no. Oh no. Moros, you said that's where she was?
Minoros.
Minoros. You just kind of, Leah just kind of like...
Wait. Yes. Yes.
Leah, just like feeling with the gentle repose not working,
Mm-hmm.
she is just gonna look at like a random like barrel in the room or like shelf, and she's just gonna try and cast Lich Slap at it.
It works.
It works?
Yeah.
Okay. Does she
Just you don't
still-
have your staff.
Does she still feel connected to it because she powered it up?
Not currently.
Not Marut. Okay, how do you spell it?
Minauros.
Leah just kind of like opens the door slightly to see Lo, and just kind of she goes to gesture in.
Mm-hmm.
Is Lo there?
Yeah.
Okay. She just tries to gesture in with
Lo-
her right hand, but then she's like. So she takes her left one and gestures her
Yeah.
cat in,
Lo comes in.
and closes the door,
Mm-hmm.
and just like wraps her one arm around it and just starts sobbing.
You all can hear someone sobbing below deck.
Is that? I mean, that happened during that hour while we were.
Yeah.
So I mean, if I may, can I go up to the door?
Yeah. You can hear her
Yep.
sobbing behind it.
That shave and a haircut.
You can hear her sobbing behind it. Yeah.
Leah. Hello.
I'm a little preoccupied here, Ogden. Druid things, mushroom things.
Oh, fair enough. I'm just going around the ship and asking if you have any, strong, inanimate objects. I was really thinking you might actually have, something I'd use about, a little less, about a little less than your height, maybe really, really strong,
If you're talking about my staff, no, can't use that. No.
Oh no, not your staff. Oh gosh, no. You couldn't part you with that staff. No, not at all. No, I wouldn't even dream of it. No, no. I was more thinking maybe bones or a large maybe a vase or something. Something strong though. Maybe a bedpost or anything like that.
No bones here. No flesh. No goo here. No.
Okay, are you okay? I mean, you sound a little stressed.
Yeah, a little stressed. It's okay, Ogden. Mhm.
Deception check.
I definitely would cast insight if that's a. Not cast it.
There's no way. How does a -3 sound?
There's no way you can roll a -3, Ogden.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. So I know she's.
You can. Yeah. Just through the voice alone. Yeah.
Like Leah enough that when like something's bad, does she tell you if something was up? But now you're like, what the fuck?
Because even when things are bad, you're usually not even. It's bad. So I hate to get into your personal druid stuff, but you're not okay.
No, totally fine, Ogden. I don't know what you're talking about. No. And you just like hear like sniffles, just like like she's trying to like not sob while you're by the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, no, I know you're not okay. But if you're not ready to ask for help, that's okay. Can I send a friend?
Ooh,
Um,
I don't think your friend can help with this.
with what?
You just kind of like slowly see she has her right shoulder up against like the wall and like opens it with her left arm and like lows on her left shoulder.
Ogden, what's your passive perception?
Passive perception's pretty
It's not open fully, just
I
like
understand.
yeah. Okay.
21.
You smell the distinct odor of decaying flesh.
That's just what Leah smells like.
Even more noticeable.
Whoa! Oh! Whoa! Whoa! Trying not to blow everyone's ears out. Wow. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Hi. Wow. Okay. We're gonna. This is fine. What? How? What's your? You lost your shaking hand. What's the deal?
Oh, you don't see that yet.
Oh, only
Your
the
arms like
oh,
against
sorry.
the
You just
wall.
smell it.
You just smell it so far.
Whoa. So you redecorating? Did you get a little crazy with the wand with your staff?
And like Leah opens the door more so you can see the weird like thing on the floor.
You can see what looks like a melted, almost like an arm that went straight to like maybe 500 years of decomp, of just wet decomp. So it's just a puddle of goo on the floor.
You're an evil-looking ritual thing.
And the weird ritual mark on the floor, and
Oh, that's like so
and-
fucking evil.
and
Shit.
and Leah's missing her right arm up to the elbow. You can see the necrosis, just
You just
like
see her come out.
yeah.
Okay, well, I see that. I take it all in. I look at her. Want to drop to one knee
Mm-hmm.
and like maybe rub her back and be like, okay, all right.
And she
Alright.
just like takes her arm and like puts it around you.
Oh, okay. Yep. We're gonna figure this out. All right.
And Ogden, as you're doing that, one of the mushrooms just falls out.
Okay, just try and put it back. Does she notice if it falls out or just like?
She's probably too distraught now.
Okay. Well. All right. Well. Okay. All right.
Just
We're gonna figure this out. Okay.
He
Okay. You know what? I've got. Have you used your staff to try and fix it?
You just hear her start crying even
Okay,
harder.
I'll stop talking about the
with,
staff.
with your passive perception, you don't see the staff anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. 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 All right. Give me exactly 1 second.
No. You can't tell the others. No.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say
Hey,
anything.
Leah, where's your arm?
No, I'm not going to say anything to anyone. Okay. And I reach into my equipment and I find the prosthetic arm that I got from. I forget who I got it from, but it was going to be part of my Voltron.
Yep.
And I use Tiny Servant on that arm
Mm-hmm.
to bring it to life.
Okay.
Uh,
What do you need, boss?
help Leah
Like nods.
be her arm.
It is a magic item, this prosthetic limb. So it crawls up to where the thing is, and it looks like a prosthetic metallic wooden arm. Functions identically to the part it replaces. You can detach or reattach it as an action, and it can't be removed against your will. It detaches if you die. So you can add a prosthetic limb to your equipment, Leah, if you have Eberron content enabled.
So then it does that prosthetic arm now, since I cast Tiny Servant on it, also have hands and legs as well?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Step one. Step two. We're gonna have to really pull off that you're super into sashes now. And he takes some of his robe and rips it off and tries to like
Okay.
back some sort of like
Sure.
throw all
Yeah.
over her arm. Okay. All right. It's good. It's a good look. I wish Sigmund were here. Okay, well, all right, we've got that. And my little friend will help you for the next 8 hours. So, anytime you need him to have an extra pair of hands, you just let me know. How are you feeling?
You know how all you guys said, like, the fungal lich, maybe was a little problematic?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay.
Well, maybe I should have questioned that sooner.
Oh.
When we were fighting that lich, and you guys kept saying stuff, but it was like, no, the fungal lich he's rad, he's awesome, but when that lich said just a pawn, that just didn't sit right with me, so... And she gestures with, like, her living arm to, like, the ritual. I contacted the fungal lich, and they said I've always believed them, so I stopped now. And when I said I didn't know if I was gonna destroy the staff, because they said if I didn't destroy it, that he'd kill all of you. And I told him I don't know. And I tried to grab a mushroom to see, I just wanted to do something. Hitting them wasn't my style, but grabbing a mushroom. And as soon as they touched my hand or my wrist, it just went to goo. And then when I came back, the staff was gone.
Okay. All right. Well, that is. You're very brave to question everything, and I'm sorry that your curiosity was not rewarded, rather punished. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Well. How are you feeling? I want to be able to give you time, but I also don't think you should perhaps be alone. What's your feeling? I want.
Ogden, you have to promise me you'll lie and about my arm. Like, you have to promise me. I don't want news or Ash or Eclipse. Just please go along with it. Tell them I'm trying out Silgarian fashion, like you said. Okay? Please,
Yeah.
just...
Right. Yeah, Silgarian fashion. That's a good. I'm terrible at lying, but I won't give up your secret. I think they may know if you use that arm at all. It also will probably be talking and very helpful for the next 7 hours and 55
That's
minutes.
right.
And Ogden?
Yeah.
I don't know if... And, like, Leah, like, points to the necrosis that was on her shoulder. I don't know if this is gonna stop.
You may want to talk to Noose. He may help you. He's very learned with dingleberries.
But Noose warned me about this. All of you did.
Yeah, but friends, even when they're right, friends don't gloat much. They want to help other friends, and you're our friend.
He did say he was in Mineros.
Mineros? Was where the creepy hag, huh? All right. Well, we'll put it on the old agenda. Was there any other details? Anything else that would help?
She just said we were connected. It was a symbiotic relationship. And that where they'd step, where I'd step, they could step. But I don't know if I'm still connected to the staff, Ogden. I don't. It doesn't feel exactly gone. But it's not exactly there. It's like a weird void limbo.
Like a phantom limb.
The two of you are in here. You can hear the faintest of whispers coming from that symbol on the floor.
Leah goes over to it.
Is it? Would we even recognize the language?
Or do either of you know Abyssal? Nope.
I'm gonna.
And it starts getting louder and louder.
I'm gonna kick the dirt away.
Soon, the dirt doesn't move when you kick it.
Damn!
And soon enough, everybody on the ship can start to hear.
Ogden, should we...
Anyone who knows Abyssal understands the words, "I claim this as mine."
This?
I'm immediately running down there
Mm-hmm.
after hearing that.
Leah tries to grab her mushroom from the middle of the circle.
Okay.
Where you going, Eclipse? What's going on?
You all can hear it.
Yeah, but he doesn't know what it said.
Yeah.
But it doesn't sound like it doesn't sound like the giant ship when it's talking. It sounds much more evil. Just,
We've got to get below deck now.
What happened? What did it say?
Something is claiming the ship.
I'm his uncle. Son.
He's just gonna cast Dispel Evil on it.
doesn't work.
I'm gonna start
Okay, shit.
using my shovel. Biting into the wood around the symbol to try and carve it out.
Okay, give me a strength check. The symbol starts to split and open, like a doorway almost. Just
Leah's trying to kind of step on it with her
You're
foot.
muted,
No,
Sam.
don't do that! Don't do that!
I'm coming down with Lore Weaver in hand.
Okay.
Still just wearing my underpants.
That's a natural 20 with a shovel.
okay. What does that bring you to?
I think just 20. I don't think I have any strength.
You jam the shovel in, and the metal head breaks off.
Son of a. All right, then I move to a short sword.
Okay.
And I want to start doing the same.
As this hole is being opened, no water's flooding into the ship or anything, but just you can see weird rotting hands slowly trying to climb up through.
Then I guess
Leah is literally with her foot trying to kick them down.
Give me an unarmed attack. Everybody
Leah
would get down here at this point in
panicking.
time, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, weird
Like
undead looking hands trying to pull themselves up. The symbol is opening in the wood. You can hear the wood splintering as the symbol opens. And
Nat
the words,
1, but lucky feat.
okay.
Fuck, it jumped out.
You still have your DM inspiration from forever ago.
Yeah, I know I do, and I'm afraid. Oh, I want to use that for something good.
Okay. The hands are very reminiscent. The hands are very reminiscent of the hag you saw. Just
No.
I've got a slight idea. I don't know if it's gonna work. It's a dumb idea. So if anyone has any good ideas they'd like to do before I try a dumb idea, go ahead.
The only
I mean, all I got is fire magic missile at it. That's all I got.
I was going to stick a staff right in the opening and cast a cone of cold into there.
okay. It appears that the creatures are immune to whatever this thing is. It's immune to cold damage.
Yeah. If it looks undead, it's gonna turn undead.
Turn immunity. It is the
I'm
fungal
gonna-
lich pulling itself up.
I'm gonna like run in, like slide on my knees up, and I'm gonna try the closest thing I can think of. Justin, I would like to take this hand. I'm just gonna smack it into the portal.
I'm gonna hold on to Ash.
Make me an unarmed strike
Okay,
with advantage.
okay. Trying to start a turf war.
Seeing Ash put his hand in, I'm gonna like grab onto his waist.
Oh, turf
it-
war.
As it sees his hand come in, it just grabs Ash's arm. And
We
Unarmed
haven't
strike,
taken
you
a
said?
long rest
Yeah.
yet, have we?
Unarmed
No?
strike
Great.
is a 28.
28, you shove this arm in, and then the sigil glows. And you all hear a voice on the ship, another voice. This one's speaking Infernal. If you know Infernal, you can understand what it's saying. Ash, you do understand what it's saying.
Even though I don't speak Infernal.
You understand what it's saying, is what I'm telling you.
Yeah, okay.
Get away from my champion. And Ash's arm momentarily turns into a very familiar looking arm. You've seen Asmodeus' arm before. Grabs the fungal lich around the throat, lifts it out of the hole, and an Infernal, you all hear, "You wanted this world? Have it." And snaps the fungal lich's neck, and the fungal lich just disintegrates. And Asmodeus is like, "No coming back from that one." The hole closes, and Ash's arm goes back to normal, with the mark still on it.
Whew. Well, that seemed to work.
It certainly was effective.
Aaliyah feels like the child between two divorced parents because she let Asmodeus out and the fungal lich are fighting.
And you all can smell rot.
Smell sulfur too.
I
Yeah.
have a passive perception of 20. Do I notice Leah's new fashion statement?
I'd say anybody who has a passive perception above like 15 would, yeah.
It is 15.
So everyone in the group does see it, yeah.
Okay.
And you can see the remnants of whatever was flesh.
The hag.
No, it's gone.
Does Leah
Leah-
feel any different?
Nope.
Leah, I get the sense that you've maybe just gone through quite a bit in the past few minutes. Would you care to verbalize what exactly just happened?
That was almost an encounter.
We almost found a fucking god!
Mushrooms? And Leah just kind of like sits on the floor and she's just like doesn't know what to do. Like she's in front of like the fungal lich's remains and she's just like fuck.
I questioned. You know how you guys were saying I shouldn't just like blindly follow the fungal lich? Yeah?
Yeah, it's been mentioned once or twice.
Yeah, once or 50 times, yeah, but I definitely asked the fungal lich a couple questions, and
And like Leah just kind of like gestures with her left arm.
Just a prosthetic limb.
No, the one that's not.
Oh, right.
She's trying to not use that one right now.
and he kind of took the staff from me and something else. But the point is, he's kind of dead, and I guess I'm the last of his influence at this moment. I was before, but now
Leah.
I really am.
You also feel a very cold pang in the middle of your chest.
Leah just kind of like rubs it with her left hand.
Have I attuned to the loot yet?
Oh, yeah. Anyone who's wanted to attune to something, you would have done by now.
Cool. I'm just gonna quietly start strumming
Okay.
and cast protection from good and evil on Leah. I think I have that. I think that's
That's
a
one of
loot
them.
spell. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Cool. Just had to double check.
Leah, you don't feel any different when that happens.
Just wanna cast that on Leah. How long does it last? It lasts 10 minutes.
Leah kind of just like nervously just kind of scratches her head.
Another one of
Does
the mushrooms.
any-
Another one of the mushrooms falls out.
And she's kind of like, she's just kind of like looking at it like,
Ash, you hear a voice as well in your little noggin. I thirst.
Who said that?
I am on Old Newport, in the hands of someone false.
I see. All right.
And Leah, you feel another cold in your chest. And it feels like your pulse is real slow. It's like do.
Leah's just trying to like remain calm and just not freak anybody else out because we just had all that happen. So she's just kind of like taking like slow deep breaths.
You take in the slow deep breaths. It doesn't feel like you have to.
Leah just holds her breath while people are like chatting around
Okay.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess first things first, should we make sure you still have your magical abilities?
And without like, she's still holding her breath, just kind of nods.
Mm-hmm.
And just what Leah does, just a lich slap in the corner.
Yeah, it works.
Okay. The fungal lich is dead, according to Ash's arm. Leah still has magic. This may be a wild conclusion, but is Leah the fungal lich now?
That's an excellent question.
Also, that dust is gone now.
Well, I mean, the staff is kind of the important bit, right? Because The
Yeah.
witch keeps getting reborn. If I had to make a guess, that staff, wherever it is a phylactery or something. But yeah.
Leah just kind of on the prosthetic arm where it
It feels
meets.
like the prosthetic arm's not attached, like it's been loosened.
She just kind of like
Tiny little hands holding onto her shoulder to hold it on.
she just kind of like
We got
gives it
you!
like a scratch just to try to see if the necrosis went any higher.
You scratch, and as you do, the prosthetic arm just kind of falls off. And you all hear like a wet as this rotting, decayed arm appears with very jagged, sharpened fingernails. Very similar to the one that was trying to come through the hole.
Think that answers your question?
Well, gotta say, I don't like that.
Leah, I
What?
think you've got a condition.
Yeah, it was
I think
called
you've
a
got
hidden
more than a few dingleberries.
And Leah, your heartbeat stops.
Just technically, also that arm, the prosthetic arm that was animated, would still try and be her arm because that was the last thing.
Yeah. Hold
It's
on.
a
Hold
third
on.
It's
arm.
on her shoulder.
She's got a third arm.
Like, no.
Hey, Noose.
Yeah.
You cleric things. I'm not a okay, I am kind of a healer. Can you just do me a favor?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have a pulse to you?
That's a weird question to ask, but
I know I've asked you weirder questions.
Oh, I think that one tops the list from what I've heard.
Well, it depends on what the answer is, I think.
So Noose doesn't really take people's pulses like normal people. He just kind of looks at where he sees people's like blood pump usually, and just
Like the-
looks really closely.
Perception.
So he like picks a spot
Perception.
on your neck
Perception.
and just goes,
check. Yeah, perception check.
Would you strain a little harder, please?
that's 17. Oh yeah, that's 27.
You don't see a pulse.
oh well.
Yeah, Noose.
I'm not picking up any movement in your little blood vessels.
Maybe I'm stressed. You know, it's all calm. You know.
You know, where I like
Yeah?
you. Stress doesn't do that.
Leah's just like looking at like the clawed hand, and she's just like,
Where? This might be very scary. But you know, don't it'll pass.
He's gonna do turn undead.
Nothing happens.
Huh?
Nothing happens.
Okay.
Leah, you have turn immunity, by the way.
Alright,
So you register. It registers that she's undead, but she's immune to being turned.
oh well, that's neat.
So you can detect she's no longer humanoid. She's considered undead. Which also means, Leah, unfortunately, because of what's just happened, you are no longer a lycanthrope.
Aww.
Oh. That was short-lived.
Oh damn it!
Mike peeked out.
I was like,
Where? think you're undead, but seems like some of my stuff doesn't really work on you.
You just hear her kind of mumble under her breath, "Are you walk? I walk." And she's just thinking about the last thing the fungal lich said.
Mm-hmm.
And she just kind of like is just thinking and kind of just like grasps that hand and she's just like, "Nidoras?"
Nothing happens.
And then she just like, "Rumormon?"
Nothing happens.
Would any of you mind maybe making a pit stop in the next little while?
Minoros is the third layer of the 9 hells.
You know, just a little warm vacation for a couple days.
Wait, what do you mean? What for? Because, like, I kind of think we should have a look at that arm.
It's attached, and I'm happy about that because my arm,
And she like points to the goo that was on the ground.
is currently there.
You all hear a cacophony of voices in all of your heads at this point, just saying, "She cannot be saved. She cannot be saved."
Don't like that.
Do I hear it?
No.
Who said that?
You said what?
Did
I don't like
did,
this at all.
did anybody else hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay,
No.
alright, not just me. Alright, well. Well, that makes the subject of the pronoun clear then, I think. Unless Eclipse, did you hear it?
Yeah, I heard it.
Alright, yep, okay. Process of elimination there.
Then you all hear more voices. "She will be the balance, balance, balance."
I just shout back, "Is she the chosen one or what?" Just into the ether.
No response.
Hey, psychic
You know what?
voices.
Maybe we should just kind of table this, unless you are fine with me kind of doing some experiments on that new hand you got.
I would like to keep this one attached to my
Oh, I'm
body.
not gonna take it off. Gee whiz.
Yeah, that's what I thought would happen the last time someone touched it, Noose.
All right. I can tell that trust isn't where it used to be. It's all right.
Noose, just give me a couple hours at least.
You betcha. I got other stuff that I was about to do, but yeah.
And at this point in time, you can see the sun setting outside through the portholes and everything.
Leah, does having Armsy with you make you feel better?
It does.
Okay, well then I will. He'll stay with you then.
Thanks, Ogden.
Of course.
Oh, I thought you meant the new arm. Never mind.
No, I was gonna say there's a little attached arm that's animated that's trying to like
Yeah, no. I don't know.
Maybe-
That's Leah's decision.
pull for position on that shoulder.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, I normally would cuddle with my staff at night, so I don't have anything to cuddle now.
No, I understand. And I touch the arm and I say, make sure she's comfy.
Okay, Dad.
All right, my little appendage boy.
Yeah.
Somehow far from the worst, weirdest thing that's happened today.
Auntie will be able
You're
to
right.
take care of you.
All right. You got any shrimp? Can't eat them, but for some reason I want them. Wonder what they taste like.
I just imagine it's like a goddamn Muppet that just smashes it. And
Yeah.
This is how it's talking. It's just doing this.
Yeah, one of the hands is doing this.
Yeah, right.
Just sitting on your shoulder. Got any shrimp?
Like Labyrinth.
Don't know why.
Mhm.
Just want it.
But yeah, we'll say for the sake of things. That's about the first day.
What a day!
It's what
He said one more thing he wanted to do.
Yeah, you can do that before everything.
So
Goes shit.
so
Yeah.
it's 15 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I have a list of what I've gathered so far.
Yeah, I'll say you've gathered it.
So I've got I've got 14 items right now. I need 7 more, but I haven't grabbed any cannonballs, so I might just round it out with 7
Okay. Yeah.
cannonballs.
There's like 300 or 200 or so. So.
Alright.
So what does Keysunk want to do?
He sees how busy Ogden is. He's like, I know you're real busy, but I think this has a higher chance of success with you there.
What has a higher chance of success?
And he pulls out that finger bone.
Finger bone.
Are you trying to give that to me for my project, or what's this?
It's the finger bone of a Silgarian child that the hags killed.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing with that child's bone?
I was gonna bring him back. But, or her back. Bring them back. Whoever they may be. And since they're Silgarian, I figured you have the biggest connection to whoever they might be.
Okay. We're going into a possible fight and going to a place where Asmodeus may or may not be. Do we want to resurrect a child right now?
Well, I can send him away, too.
We're going to take on the responsibility of a child's life and then send him packing? Like, good luck. I think your intentions are noble, but I feel like we can't just. We're essentially, giving birth, bringing back a soul.
Yeah.
Just abandon it. We should, if we have a place where we know that the kid will be taken care of.
Yeah, I just figured since we don't really get many times to actually do stuff like this, so this was the first opening I've had since I've been able to actually do this kind of stuff. But you're right. You shouldn't do it now.
I'm sorry, I don't mean. You know that we're always moving. I don't think.
I don't mean to interject. What spell would you use?
I would use where is it? Resurrection.
Wouldn't work. You would need true resurrection at this point because there's just the finger bone.
No, it replaces all of the missing body parts. Closes all mortal wounds and restores any missing body parts.
All right, and if it's been dead no more than a century.
Right. I mean, like, the hags were eating them.
I understand.
Okay.
I didn't know you could do that with with resurrection. Just asking.
Okay.
Sorry to be the wet blanket.
Oh no, you're right, Ogden.
But I just if we take on so much, and if we're going into danger, why give us another
Yeah.
ankle weight?
Ogden, you have become quite astute recently.
Oh,
You're real snappy up there.
yeah, you do a couple pull-ups and really people start noticing your chest, and you start to feel confident. You win a couple wrestling matches. You kind of learn. kind of
Yeah.
learn how to see a situation. You know?
I'm just saying, what we got working them brain muscles lately.
Oh yeah, well, what can I say? You know, it's not about just intelligence growth. It's about emotional growth. Hey, let's go find some 2-foot stuff.
Let's go.
You can find the rest of your 2-foot stuff easily.
Yeah, cool. Time-wise, I know what I want to do at 10 hours and 40 minutes. So 20 minutes before I go to sleep.
Okay.
For my 4 hours. I know what I want to do then. Until then,
All right.
we could do Hero's Feast if anybody's into it. Because this will be...
Do you have the components to do it? Oh, wait, it's from the Shroud.
From the Shroud, yeah.
Yep.
So, I was thinking, because it's 24 hours, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe everybody would enjoy a nice little Hero's Feast. Yeah, everyone, gather around. Hello, everyone. Boy, today's been a real test, huh? Yeah. But anyway, I made cornbread and elotes and all manner of corn-based foodstuffs.
Oof.
Corn patties, corn hash.
That's gonna wreck the privy.
Oh yeah.
Just so much fiber.
Sugar.
Within okay, so within good taste enough.
Okay.
Maybe some fritters or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, just a whatever a Hero's Feast. So for
What's the drink?
What's the drink?
Corn juice.
Straight vodka.
Cold water. No, it's corn syrup. No, it's
Oh.
Kool-Aid. Just Kool-Aid.
Straight corn syrup.
Grain alcohol.
Oh no, I mean we'd get too fucked up. So how about what
But
if
you
it's
become
like,
immune to poison, so you wouldn't get fucked up.
Yeah.
so it's grain alcohol and Kool-Aid.
Whiskey.
Great.
Corn whiskey.
Corn whiskey and Kool-Aid.
Whiskey, Johnny.
Whiskey is the life
So,
of man. Whiskey.
Upon devouring your corn feast, you all
With corn.
are cured of all diseases and poisons, which doesn't affect anybody right now. Does not affect anybody. You become immune to poison and being frightened. Just want to add those to your stiff. All your wisdom saving throws are made with advantage. And Ogden, roll me 2d10.
That's D8. Good Christ. Oh, there's one. Okay. And there's the other one. Great. Good. It's a 5 and a 7 for a 12.
Alright, so everyone's maximum HP increases by 12, and you also gain 12 hit points for 24 hours.
Max HP modifier 12.
Nice.
Oh.
While we are eating dinner,
Mhm.
I kind of want to like sidle up next to Ogden real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ogden.
Oh, hey. How are you?
I get the feeling that like for some reason I get the feeling like everybody has kind of conferenced with you today about something.
Yeah, absolutely. I was asking.
Well, I figured I'd just round things out because I had a question for you.
Yes. I can't wait.
Do you know of any spells or other magical means of magically imprinting a very accurate image onto an object? Not like magical or anything or an illusion, just like an etching or a drawing, but just like real accurate.
Really, like very accurate.
Yes. Is there a magical version of a photograph?
I feel like there is probably something.
Yeah, there's a spell that does that stuff.
I've heard of a spell that does that.
All right. If we were to find someone who could cast it, could you do your thought spell to put an image from my head into that person's head?
Well, ding dang! If I learned the spell, we could just make a whole sketchbook of whatever you wanted your thoughts to do.
I mean, well, if you could do that, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Did you have a thing in mind?
Just a few things.
Fair. I'll keep it in my back pocket, and obviously, it can be between us for your purposes, or whatever.
Right.
But I also hear there's like a spell out there that could also erase my memory, so if if you don't want me to remember what you did, we could always,
No, it's nothing. It's nothing that serious.
Nothing too specific. Not a special old flame. You're trying to get an accurate picture. Yeah.
The what? What?
Like a drawing of an old flame, accurate representation.
Oh no, I just I wanted some portraits of my family.
Okay, well now I feel foolish. I
mean the members of my family that I still like, but
of course that's incredibly kind, and I now feel embarrassed. I didn't think of my own loved ones in the same way.
I just was like rubbing at the back of his hand a little bit.
Ash.
Yeah.
When you rub it, it doesn't feel like it's part of your skin, if that makes sense.
Like it feels like there's something on my hand.
Yeah, and it's very warm to the touch.
Like does it almost feel numb? Like I'm touching like somebody else's hand, just like that patch.
It feels like it should be scalding hot, but it's not. Like it feels like it should be, because you can feel the heat radiating off of it.
Right.
But the heat
then I
that's
touch it,
radiating
it's not.
doesn't hurt. The heat doesn't hurt you, but you can still feel that weird sensation.
In the coming days and months, I want to make sure I keep sight of what's important.
Yeah. I understand. I understand completely. Well, if you've got a second, you can, here. And I want to cast encode thoughts, and I'm going to use a spell slot to cast detect thoughts, as I have in the past, to pull out his memories and let him. So if you go ahead and just review, expand and just go through and think about what you want, and we'll do it. But that's good for at least at least a few hours, though.
All right.
Yeah, just yeah, it's good for 8 hours. So feel free to scoop in there and get the visual of whatever you want. Just go back and forth with it.
All right.
Teach him how to scroll again.
Yeah, I'll probably go through and get images of just like my siblings, all of my siblings, both brothers included, for this. I'm warming up. I'm warming up again now that I know he was mind controlled. And my mom, not my dad. I can see my dad whenever I want.
Yeah, exactly. He's living hell.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom, my siblings, brothers and sisters.
Okay.
Get their images to him.
Yeah, I also there's something inside this flask.
And
I don't know if I want to open it on the ship, but I want this flask.
What kind of something?
The identify spell does not reveal what's inside of it; just reveals that there is a creature, in fact, inside.
Creature. Okay. A creature.
Probably dangerous.
I mean, most definitely. Actually,
Here's the thought. All right. Here's the thought. We're sailing long ways to Old Newport right now. But chances are, wherever we go next, we don't need to take the long way. We'll probably just, throw our teleport there. So what if you, after Old Newport, you take it, you eject it into the ocean, we see what it is, and then if it's something we don't like, we do this like in the middle of nowhere, and if it's something we don't like, we just teleport away.
Oh, that's really good. That's good. And we're not really, messing up an ecosystem. Unless, of course, it's a water creature.
I mean, we can see. If it's something we need to, be responsible and kill, then we can, but,
Ogden, you remember, it is loyalty for 1 hour before it goes back to its original traits.
Wait, so, quick question with the loyalty for an hour thing. Because it obeys all commands for an hour unless it would endanger it, right?
You can command it as an action.
Does failure saving throw on going back into the flask count as an action it would take?
Let me check.
Can you just be go back in the bottle?
Get in the flames.
It's friendly to you and your companions for 1 hour and obeys your commands for that duration. If you give no commands or give it a command that is likely to result in its death, it defends itself but otherwise takes no actions. At the end of the duration, the creature acts in accordance with its normal disposition and alignment. Targeting a creature that you can see within 60 feet. If the target is a native to a plane of existence other than the one you're on, it must succeed on a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw or be trapped in the flask. If the target has been trapped in the flask before, it has advantage on the saving throw. So you can get it back in, but it'll have advantage no matter what.
Right. And it doesn't.
It can't it can't willingly go into the flask.
It can't willingly fail the saving throw.
So it would have advantage when trying to get sucked back up.
All right. But if it was if we only had it for half an hour.
You can certainly just pop it out to see what the fuck you're dealing with, and then try to get it back in.
Yeah, spend a full 59 minutes just being get in the flask, get in the flask, get in the flask, get in the flask, get in the flask.
You could certainly do that.
Saving throw.
Certainly do that.
Get in the flask. Cassius, get in the flask. Get in the flask. Little Nicky is such a dumb movie.
That's right. I was why do I know that? Why do I know that phrase?
Hello, Mr. Devil.
Flask.
Cape.
But anything else for anybody? Unless this conversation isn't over with yet.
No, I was.
I think we're good.
Okay.
I just grabbing some of the things from Noose.
Okay.
While Leah was eating during the hero's feast.
All tasted like shit.
Okay.
Which actually, you don't gain the benefits of the hero's feast.
Did she even feel hungry?
No.
Okay, so she was just kind of
So
hey.
you didn't have the need to eat, so you're just
Yeah.
I'm not interested in any of this. Yeah, so you actually don't have the benefits of the hero's feast.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So dinner happened. Everybody watched Leah just not eat anything. Everybody goes to bed.
Except
for you. However, I would like everyone to take their headphones off except for Sam.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
I'll do this when you're good. Ash.
Mm-hmm.
Do you drift off to sleep, my friend?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. While you're sleeping, you're standing... You're actually sitting on this big black and red throne of infernal stone and metal. This fiendish red infernal trident in your hand that has the mark.
Thought he was done with those things.
And you feel kind of badass. Give me 1 second. And standing in front of you, kind of in almost like a half circle kind of formation, are 10 archdevils. You see Zariel of Avernus. This kind of looked like she was once a planetar or an angel corrupted. You see Dispater of Dis, this sort of... How do I describe Dispater? He looks a lot like a tiefling. Bald, pale skin, horns, long kind of pointed tail and hooves. He's standing there holding a staff. Mammon of Minoros is also standing there. Mammon is this fiendish looking serpent with like a lower half of like a big snake and the upper half of like a muscular fiend with horns and a long snake-like tongue. He's standing there just like You have Fierna and Belial of Phlegethus, the father and daughter ruling team of that order. You see what looks like a succubus with a long, hooked, serrated tail, which is Fierna. And then you see her father, Belial. This... You'd think he was a humanoid if you weren't close up. You can see two little horns sticking up, a big, ostentatious purple collar, bare-chested, literally like he has an 8-pack, holding this weird hooked glaive, and he's wearing not much in terms of pants, kind of like a loincloth, pouch kind of display, with a big kind of braided beard. You're seeing a lot of people here, so bear with me.
Yeah.
You see Levistus, this screaming prince covered in a thick layer of ice, and he's frozen in the ice. It kind of looks like they might have brought him here on display. You know him. For some reason, you have this information now, that he is the most hated of the archdevils. A self-titled prince. You then have Glacia, daughter of Asmodeus, standing here. There's no emotion on her face, there's no sadness, almost a smile. And she looks very similar to Asmodeus. Wings, same display, but more feminine. And she's the Lord of Malbolg. Then next is Beelzebul, or Beelzebul, whichever you prefer. And they look just like a giant slug, and they are known as the Slug Archduke, with a big humanoid face at the end of the slug. Mephistopheles is the last one you see. Missing out of all of the devil lords of the Nine Hells is Asmodeus, but you see Mephistopheles, this kind of almost furred-looking cambion with curled horns, big tattered red wings, big cloven hooves, and they all in unison say, "Master," and they all kneel. And the mark on your hand just is no longer there. And you look down, and your skin is red, with long hooked red claws. And they're like, "Look upon your new visage, your new crown." And one of them hands you a mirror. Your face is still normal, ash, but it's more infernal looking. It's red skinned. You have just black eyes with burning ember pits for pupils. And you have slight horns that curl back, and you are wearing the crown of Asmodeus, and they say, "Each layer needs a ruler. And with that," and they point to the weapon in your hand, "you must take his place." And they all kneel.
Huh.
And the dream ends.
Do we wake up or does it just like fade into a next dream?
You wake up.
Okay, this is morning.
Yep, it's morning now. So,
Yeah.
trying to get Caleb to put his headphones on. So, as Caleb puts his headphones on, you all gain the benefits of a long rest. Leah, you didn't need to sleep whatsoever.
I didn't sleep?
Nope, you don't need to. But you all gain the benefits of a long rest nonetheless. And you can hear Monkfish up from the crow's nest. We're about a few hours out, but I can see old Newport from here. I might need some help discerning what I'm looking at.
Yeah, here, let me come.
He tosses down his spyglass.
Oh, you got one too, huh?
Yeah.
Noose uses both of them.
Oculars.
Above Old Newport, you can just see smoke billowing. Like, a lot of it. And in the sky about 500 feet up is this large infernal metal structure, like a cross. The one you all saw before you fled initially on this ship. Monkfish is like, it's that thing.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do about it.
Is it still like sucking things?
It doesn't
up?
appear to be right now. He's like, last time we saw it, it was, sucking people up.
Oh, yeah.
It's just sort of doing that. It's been, yeah.
One moment.
Noose is gonna ring up Galen with a sending spell.
No response.
Fuck. Okay.
And then,
Well, that's not a good
I'm a little
sign.
busy. There's people trying to catch me. I'm hiding.
Oh.
Shit, tell me where, kid. Damn it.
Well, that's bad.
Everyone might want to come on the deck and look at this.
I think I was coming up behind Noose, just like slower.
You can smell the smoke from here.
Just again for clarification, how many hours away and how many are we from the shore?
At this point, it's 4 hours.
Okay, then I'm probably going to spend the time below deck concentrating after I cast Tiny Servant 4 times at level 4, one at level 4, once at level 5, once at level 6, and once at level 7, giving me a total of 20 Tiny Servants of varying.
Oof, that's going to be hard to put on a battle map.
Sorry.
It's all good.
But I can send you the list of all the items that are.
Okay.
Just it's like, fuck, man.
Is Tiny Servant not a concentration spell?
Nope.
No.
That is amazing.
Can spell. They all have. I believe they all have a slam attack.
Yeah.
And they all.
I mean, you could just
Make your
make them one
Voltron.
unit and just apply all of the D's to whenever they hit.
Yeah, they all have an armor class. They all have an armor class of 15, speed of.
Okay, yeah, so you start doing that, just making a bunch of tiny servants.
Yeah, I am gonna kind of Voltron them, like the what's his face, the Garistro horn is gonna be on top of the raptor skull, and I have a sword that's gonna be like, so the Peggy leg is gonna be a front.
He said these are all acting on the same initiative for my sanity.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then there's
Roll 20 initiatives, Justin.
and then the mining axe is going to be the other one, and then and then there's 3 barrels of rum in the center. The vial is going to be there. The bone saws are going to work as kind of like rib dorsal sort of sliceroos, just for aesthetics. And then I've got the spider fang on back as kind of a tail.
Should we just teleport the ship there, so we get there quicker?
No, I need to get my spells back.
Yeah, Ogden needs to take a rest, and I think we should save the
I
teleport for if we need a quick
don't think we have
attack.
time.
So
They're already there. He points to the infernal cross in the sky above the island. There's fire, just and smoke.
Oh, that
Yeah,
looks.
she'll
that
connect
doesn't look.
to him.
That doesn't look like it's been there for a while. It looks like it just got here.
You don't know. There's smoke building from the island, though.
Gawain's running and hiding right now. I just sent him a message.
Well, I'll be waiting 4 hours then. I guess do whatever you want, because that's how I have to do a long rest.
Can you do a long rest right after you just did a long rest?
No, I didn't do a long rest.
Yeah, Ogden was taking it at the very end of the journey.
I was doing it so that we would get in there. So I guess See you guys in 4 hours. 'Cause that's what I explained, so I could do that thing.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking about time.
All right.
Important to me.
Question. Because here's the thing: teleporting. We can only do teleporting once a day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is going to be more important, teleporting in or teleporting out?
I think teleporting out. Because once we get Galen, we can get back to the ship and teleport anywhere in the world
What
that we've
about
been.
what about best of both worlds? We grab the flying carpet and Charlie hooked up to the chariot. We fly over and the ship makes its way after us. We can definitely beat it there.
Yeah, we can beat the ship. But we'll leave Ogden behind.
Oh, we can still bring Ogden.
Yeah.
Well, Ogden, up to you, I suppose. You can either stay here and rest as the ship comes into port, or you can come with.
I guess I'll be just chilling here. Go ahead. Yeah, you guys have got to.
Okay, how many miles is that gonna be?
It's gonna be a long flight.
It's a long flight.
Still.
Yeah.
Still like at least 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say 2 hours.
Okay, so cuts the time in half.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean,
Better than the 4 hours, but still not as good as teleporting.
well,
I suppose
guess
we could.
we
do we
could
have?
plane shift out. It's
Yeah, that's
been
true.
it's been 3 weeks. It's been a few weeks since we plane shifted.
That's true. We could teleport in, plane shift out.
Yeah.
Or, well,
I could-
but then we wouldn't be able to plane shift. We'd be stuck on another plane.
Yeah,
for-
if you cast
Probably.
plane shift as a spell and not through the boat doesn't go with you.
Well, right, but we could plane shift the boat. But then we
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to plane shift back with the boat.
Correct.
For a week.
Yeah.
Ogden, do you know of a teleportation circle?
Yeah.
Where?
Grand Library. Also in our old.
On Red Dove, I mentioned on Red Dove has a teleportation circle.
And then there's another one in the on the island with Henry. There's
Well,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
can cast plane shift and get us there to one of them too.
Will that bring Thror with us?
It wouldn't.
No.
As you guys are standing here, though, you can see that the reason there's the fire, you can see meteors getting shot down from the cross. Just
It's in the meeting shower again.
I'm just gonna take this thing and just kind of point it like a dowsing rod in the direction of the island and see if it pulls more up towards the cross or down towards the island.
pulls down towards the island.
Okay.
Was Ash just like using his hand, or does he have something on his hand now?
Well, I mean, the mark.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. I was just wondering if you had somehow gotten a magical gauntlet
Oh,
in the
no.
middle of the night.
Just my hand. Just pointing my hand.
Okay. Well, this doesn't.
Remember, I can speed up if you need me to, the boat says in giant.
No, 4 hours is perfect. Thank you. I had a really detailed plan based on the timetable I was given.
Maybe I can buy us some time, guys.
Okay, what are you thinking?
How many miles away are we?
Is it like 12?
It was 15 originally.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Okay.
Or it was 60 originally, so yeah, it'd be about 12.
Okay, that's not within range. Damn.
Never mind.
Let me look. Yeah, 4 miles per hour. It's been 10 hours. 4 times 10.
Once we get within 5 miles, I think I can help.
So you're 20 miles away.
Okay.
Hour away.
Should we speed up the ship?
Ogden doesn't want to do that
I mean,
because he wants to get
I mean,
he wants his
That's
rest.
right. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, or I can go into the next fight with literally
None of your high
level
level spells.
3 level 1 spells and 19 plus 12, 31 hit points. I could do that if you guys want, but I think that's probably not
A good idea.
no.
No.
Again, I had a very detailed timetable.
Yeah. Fuck.
I understand.
But
As I had a timetable of my own.
we should. But we don't know if Galen has that much time. Is the other
No.
thing.
Ogden.
Yo.
What if I heal you?
No, I mean, I'll be able to see you guys. I'm useless if I don't have any.
How good are you at bluffing, Ogden?
Have
Do
you
you think-
ever had a conversation with me?
I'm just saying, like, maybe you could fake at casting spells and I don't know. Maybe
Well-
you can fake them out.
No, I'll meet you guys there.
Well, how about this? What if we think of it as more of an extraction mission than a fight? We
I
go in,
swoop
we
in,
get
grab him.
Galen.
It's
Swoop
most
in, grab
likely
him,
looking
get
like
out,
it's going to
punch
be a
it.
fight, though.
Mm-hmm.
I will meet you guys there.
All right.
I hate it, but I'll meet you there.
We all hate it.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, I can't not. Yeah, I need to.
What do we have in terms of teleportation spells not located with Ogden?
I have fly.
That's be help. News, do you have Dimension Door?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, that's something. If we can get to Galen, if we can get you to Galen, you could teleport 500 feet away. That would get you right to the coast.
Well, I mean, I
Close.
could just... If I could get to Galen, I could get him out of there, and then we could meet up at some other place.
As long as I mean, does that the plan? I mean, that could be a plan. Just get Noose to Galen,
Okay.
beeline him there.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right, we taking the flying option to cut down on time.
Yeah. Take the flying carpet and the chariot.
All right, Charlie, we're getting you hooked up to a chariot.
Charlie lands on the top deck.
It's made of gold, so you'll like it. I'll wheel it out
Charlie
and start.
likes it.
Yeah, I'll wheel it out and start like harnessing him up.
Okay.
How many people can fit on a chariot?
I specifically said for this one person, so it's just for Ash.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
But Noose, Leah, and Eclipse can all fit easily on the carpet.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Noose is gonna lean over to Eclipse,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of whisper in her ear. I like Ash, but it's difficult to trust right now how much, Devil Dude knows whenever Ash knows. So don't tell him. But if I get Galen, I'm taking him to the Feywild with Miss Boon.
Alright. And I'm gonna instruct the carpet to fly to Old Newport.
Okay. It starts going. 40 feet every 6 seconds.
Take off the Charlie.
The chariot's Charlie's speed.
So 60 feet.
Yep.
So like, go ahead a bit and then circle back, and then go ahead and circle back.
Okay. Monkfish and everybody else, like as crew members, are staying on the boat.
Yeah, because they've got to get it into port.
Yeah.
When Leah woke up this morning, or didn't wake up this morning, I guess I should say.
Just laid there in bed staring at the ceiling all night.
Like, why do I feel so good? This is weird. Any more weird necroses
Nope.
on her body?
No.
Okay.
Man, every morning where there's not necrosis somewhere on your body, that's a good morning.
It's a good day.
That's a win.
It's a good day to
Um,
die.
So yeah, Ash and Eclipse and Leah and Kisong, you guys are flying to the island. As you get closer, again, for the sake of time in the narrative, you can smell the smoke. It's pungent, it's dark, and you can see buildings burning just up in flames. Friends, the magic shop, is completely up in flames.
No.
All the buildings, basically on Old Newport, have been torched.
Can I say 5 miles out? I'm going to start casting Control Weather.
Okay.
So I believe that means that I'm hoping that I'll be able to change some things, but I believe you do the initial rolls. When you cast a spell, you change the current weather conditions, which are determined by the DM based on the climate of the season.
Yeah, it's currently a very sunny day in the spring.
Yeah. You can change the precipitation, temperature, and wind. It takes 1d4 times 10 minutes for new conditions to take effect. Once they do, you can change the conditions again. When the spell ends, the weather gradually returns to normal. So, as we're flying in,
Is this
at about 5 miles out, I'm going to start casting this and
okay?
try to get it going.
Okay.
So, based on the temperature, we've got. I mean, do you see the table? Or are you looking at the spell?
I am.
Okay, so between 1 and 6, what is it currently?
2.
Okay. And for the wind, what is it currently?
Calm.
Huh?
Calm.
Okay. So, we'll just say that every.
And there is
time he
precipitation.
Okay. Every time he can control it, he's going to crank all the numbers up.
Okay.
So trying to make it colder.
Just
Okay.
to kind of get it colder or douse some of the fires in the area and
Okay.
just kind of make it a mess.
Okay. So 2 hours have passed. 2 hours have passed for you as well, Ogden. You guys are basically within a mile of the island at this point. The flying ones. And yeah, you can see the island has been torched. Fire everywhere. There are hundreds of people lying dead in the streets. Down below you can see the familiar figure of Copernicus, the Death Slod, who helped run Friends, fighting off 4 of these strange bearded devils with glaives, and they're fighting. He's significantly wounded. He's not doing so. You can see flying little devils that are green, shooting spines at people that are trying to flee, and they're dropping like flies, those people. And you're very close to the flying, like this massive cross of infernal metal. It's like maybe, yeah, it's like a mile out, but it's huge. Like it's dominating the eye line. It looks like it's probably 600 feet tall. Currently just floating above the island, not sucking anybody up. But it seems like the path to the cross on the ground is bereft of debris and flame. Like they're trying to get a clear path to it.
As we get close again, I'm gonna hand radar the island to get a bead.
It
on where it's pointing me.
pings down in the burning wreckage of Friends.
All right, I'm gonna make a mental note of that, but I'm gonna keep looking for Galen.
Do we see do we see Ash do that, like with his hand?
Most likely.
Well, I'm in a chariot.
Oh,
I could
no,
probably do it
you
from.
then you
yeah,
wouldn't. Yeah, no.
Yeah, he's in a
Did
separate
we see him do it
vehicle.
earlier, though?
Yeah,
a point at the island. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
and you didn't clarify what it was you were looking for, right?
Nobody asked.
Cool. Too late now.
And you do see a figure walking out of the Friends, and again, you're still a mile out, but you can see somebody walking out of Friends, holding a burlap sack, and there's something squirming around in the sack. The figure you see is the same armored figure you saw initially when this thing first arrived on the other island. Armored individual with a big maul and a manticore walking beside them, and they're just walking towards the cross.
Guys,
Yeah, does that look like... Whoop, we lost Leah.
Oh no.
Does that look like that could be Galen in the sack?
Most likely.
And is the person carrying, or is the ping still from within the wreckage though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not pinging that
Nope.
guy. Okay.
And you do see a figure rearrange the stuff again. You do see a figure walk out of the shop now. Very slow. They have ruined gray flesh, like they've been stabbed a fuckload of times in the torso. And you can see that you're seeing them from behind as they walk out. They're holding this red iron trident walking out. The back of their head has a slight dorsal fin, and they're wearing a leather vest. And they turn around and look up at you all.
Hannibal?
And you can see the familiar visage of Mordecai Griswold.
What?
Holding the trident, looking up and going,
Nice is gonna cast sending again. Be like,
Galen, where are you? Are you in a bag?
uh-huh. And as he responds, you can see the thing carrying him just punches the bag real hard. Just poof.
okay.
Alright, it's go
Ow.
time.
Yeah. About how close are we?
Little under a mile out at this point.
Okay. Noose, you're just going straight for Galen, right? And getting out of there?
Mordecai aims the trident up at the flying individuals,
Oh dear.
and
Scatter!
fire starts to swirl in the sky.
Control weather done
This
anything?
isn't anything about control weather that he's doing. It's working. It's putting up the buildings and stuff.
Okay.
He raises the trident up in the
It's still
sky.
light.
Yeah, he raises the trident up in the sky, and above you all, there's like a swirl that opens up in the cloud as a big flaming rock comes hurtling out towards the chariot and the carpet. I need everyone in those vehicles, including Charlie, to make dexterity saves.
Oh dear. Charlie's not good at those.
Mordecai, where are you, buddy? Okay. Okay. Keysong, what'd you get?
14.
Fails. Ash.
24.
Succeeds. What did Charlie get?
6.
Fails. Leah, what'd you get?
I think
She appears to be frozen.
Okay,
6.
6 fails. Eclipse, what'd you get?
30.
30. You get to evade this, so you don't take any damage whatsoever. Boom, boom. Oh, I rolled the wrong dice. 1 second. Yes, this big hurtling meteor slams into the chariot and the flying carpet. Eclipse, you evade everything about it.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Do a backflip over the boulder as it collides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just leap. Oh, what is that from? Just like leap up and you just like follow the curvature
Yeah.
of the boulder.
In slow-mo.
Oh, that's definitely Aang does a backflip. Over.
That's it. That's it.
And Ogden, from
Yes.
the ship, you see the meteor collide with your flying friends. Okay, there we go.
Well, this is gonna hurt.
Dang, that's rough internet.
Yeah.
Come on, Starlink, do better.
Those of you who failed from the save take
Guessing that's 6 failed.
take 75 bludgeoning damage.
Half my hit points.
And then the fire portion of the meteor.
Oh, that what?
Yeah, it does 20
That was
d6
just
bludgeoning, 20
bludgeoning
d6 fire.
Oh.
So Ash, you succeeded, by the way.
Yeah.
So you have
yeah.
that.
Okay, so it was. Oh, so it was
75 bludgeoning.
So 36.
Yep.
Would I have time to rage beforehand?
I'll say when the you see the meteor come hurtling, you can rage.
All right.
So you can have this. You can So you have the 75 twice.
So 36, 18.
So Leah, you take 75 bludgeoning damage. You froze again. All right. 68 fire damage.
Oh, Charlie down! Charlie down!
So Charlie starts to plummet.
75 damage and I'm plummeting.
75 fire damage and 68 fire damage and 75 bludgeoning.
Sorry, what was so you said 68 bludgeoning?
Yeah,
Or sorry, 68 fire?
68 fire.
Okay. So that's...
Charlie's resistant to that.
Oh, is he?
I think so.
I don't think he... Nope. No, he's not.
You are as well,
Wait.
though. So you can have the fire as well, Ash.
I'm resistant to fire?
Yes, you are.
When did that
I'm
happen?
at 0 hit points falling.
I imagine this.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll add that in. Good to know.
And yeah, Charlie is plummeting.
So once that hits
Alright.
me, I'm gonna do a mass cure wounds on everybody, including Charlie.
And a concentration check for control weather.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, sure. That'll
Oh,
probably-
yeah, there's no way.
Natural 20, but
Yeah. Ability
I
checks
guess
are
I
not.
succeed.
They're not automatic.
Oh, wait.
Saving
Yeah,
throws and
okay,
ability
never
checks aren't
mind.
automatic saves on a nat 20, unfortunately.
Yeah, doesn't matter anyway. Fuck it, I don't care. Let's see. So I'm casting cure wounds at. Yeah, fuck it. Fuck.
So yeah, Charlie. As soon as Charlie hits Charlie, Charlie plummets 500 feet. Just.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna use. Yeah. Mass cure wounds at 6th level for everybody
Oh, okay.
that got hit.
Which is everybody but Eclipse.
Eclipse is fine.
Yeah. Rogues.
That is. Everybody heals 29 hit points.
Damn.
Leah, you heal 29 hit points.
Everybody heals, yeah. 29 hit points. Including the
Chimera.
Chimera.
Who is no longer unconscious and restabilizes 500 feet down.
How close are we to? Because it was Mordecai who fired that,
Yeah.
who summoned that meteor, right?
Yeah.
How close are we to him?
Like I said, less than a little under a mile out.
Okay.
Does the... Oh, sorry, you said 21. Does the healing come in fast enough for Charlie to not hit the ground?
Well, Charlie fell 500 feet automatically, but I'll say as soon as it's happening, yes, he gets it.
Okay, so it's enough time to, like,
Yeah.
pull up at the last second.
Yeah.
Wake up, Charlie!
So did Leah hit the ground?
No, but no, you guys are on the carpet. The guys,
No,
people on the
yeah.
carpet are fine.
Okay.
Ash is just 500 feet down, which is actually near the ground.
Alright, beelining it for Mordecai.
Okay, you're flying right at Mordecai.
I'm
he
gonna
just-
cast
he just-
fly on myself.
he just
and
opens his
also
arms like
relight it
this.
For him.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell Noose that he's in charge of the carpet, and I'm gonna cast fly myself and follow the chariot
Okay.
because I can go faster.
And you watch as the armored figure with this, he just punches the bag a couple more times, and as he steps under the cross, he just lifts his hands up and Star Trek style up into the cross.
Okay, well, it's over.
Yeah, we can We can storm the cross.
Am I close enough to cast magic missile?
What's the range on magic missile?
120.
No.
Fuck. God damn it.
And as you're flying right at Mordecai, what you doing?
Do I get up to him?
Yeah, he just standing
I'm
there.
gonna fly at him like I'm gonna have Charlie trample him, and then at the last second I'm gonna turn right past him. So I'm like, so we kind of bank. I'm gonna lean to the side. I want to try and grapple him.
First, he's gonna use Sentinel and hit Charlie.
Does Charlie? Oh, because he would have to
Yep.
leave his. Okay.
So he's gonna swing with that demon-looking trident, or the fiendish-looking
Oh,
trident.
great.
25 to hit.
Blah. Yeah.
Okay. That is 10 piercing damage.
Okay.
14 fire damage.
Oh, there's a 5.
And then just... So yeah, Sentinel, so there's no movement.
Okay, so we just stop.
Yeah, just...
Okay, then that would stop before I get to him. I'm just gonna then just, like, leap out of the chariot then.
Mm-hmm.
And then just, you know, I've been working on the railroad.
Go for it.
Great Weapon Master Reckless.
Go for it.
My plan was to grapple him and then just fly straight up with him and then just drop him. Oh, but he's a monkey, slow fall.
Yeah.
Yup.
Well, let's just go.
And yeah, now that you're up close with him, you can see those stab wounds that he has all over his body aren't healed, and his eyes are like milky white.
Yep. Boom. The usual. That is gonna be an 20 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, I'll roll the attacks for the second attack. Is gonna be a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. And then third attack with the butt end
Okay.
is gonna be can't Great Weapon Master that, so let's say 21? No. Yes. 21 to hit.
All hit.
Okay.
And while you're rolling damage, Ogden, when you see that happen, you hear Thror speak out to you and say, I can help. Come touch my heart.
Okay.
And as you get down there, he's like, you promised, right?
Sorry, what?
You promised you'd bring this shit back to my home? My heart?
Yeah, I'm bringing your heart to Dragonsbeard. That's the thing. As soon as we, you know, save the world, I save your heart. That's the thing.
The casing opens. Okay, touch my heart.
Touch it.
You feel, he's like, you promise.
I already did. Yes, I promise. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I don't mean to belabor it, but yeah, my word is my bond. I've never
When
promised.
my boon is gone, haha, boon. When this boon is lifted, sorry, I got disturbed. A bunch of people just started hosting the channel.
Oh.
When this boon is lifted, just touch this casing again, my heart will go back in. For the time being, I grant you this. And you feel this surge of like cold go up your arm as he does a little bit of something and recharges your spell slots.
Great. Fantastic. All right, we're still roughly 2 hours out.
Yeah.
Great, and I've got this. Got 20 servants who are 2 hours into service. Just chilling with me right now.
We can get there instantaneously.
using teleport with the ship?
Yes. And then if need be, we can plane shift out.
Yeah. Then we're stuck wherever we plane shift for a week.
Unless you leave me behind for a bit.
Yeah. Well, fair is fair. Let's go.
Okay.
Obviously, shift then.
Okay.
The beach.
Okay.
Or wherever won't dry dock throw.
Yeah, sure. So, Ash, as you're like fighting Mordecai on the basically on the docks, you see out of nowhere just the thrower appear near the docks. Ogden looks like he was like supercharged, and all the Kuato are like getting on the cannons and just swiveling the cannons towards the island. And what is everybody else going to do before we end the session?
Do you want me to tell you how much damage I did?
Yes, please.
Between the 3 attacks, 71.
He's looking real bad. But yeah, as the magic carpet starts getting closer, what's everybody doing on the carpet? You can see people now.
News is gonna be like.
You just see
Well,
Leah just kind of puts her arms out as like she like you see the spores kind of start surrounding her fingers, and she just goes,
Well, I've praised the fungal lich enough times, but I think I should start praising me now.
and she's just like looking towards the island, just ready to start fighting.
Okay.
where?
Yeah, News?
Don't let any of them die. I gotta go get Galen.
I'll do my best. You be careful, okay?
He doesn't say anything.
And Leah just kind of puts her hands down for a moment and just gives him like a hug, like a
Okay.
big strong squeeze.
Okay. Yeah, Ogden, you remember Mordecai, the shark individual who was with the party for a bit. He's currently fighting Ash on the docks. Just
Where am I in initiative order then?
we're not rolling initiative until next week.
Oh,
I'm just trying to figure out where everyone wants to place themselves for next week.
So the boat is above, but I'm still at the edge of the boat.
Yeah.
Great. Would it be okay for me to have the tiny servants either at the gangplank or getting onto the dock?
Yeah. They just the
Yeah, 30
Voltron tiny servants like kind of just leap onto the dock.
And then not you, Acrid. You stay with me. There's a
Okay.
little patch of Acrid on my shoulder, which is a horrible idea.
It is.
I get it, but I also don't want someone scoring a precision shot and
Okay. So Ogden will be on the deck of the ship at the start. Kisonk, you're going.
Where Galen went.
So you're going to the cross. Okay. It's currently not sucking anybody up in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Except
but
for the dude that
Galen's
was
the
holding
priority.
Galen.
If we lose Galen, we lose everything.
All right.
Yeah.
So you get to the cross on the flying carpet.
Is it like parked? Is it like on the ground?
It's
or is it still
hovering
floating?
300 feet up
Yeah.
over the island.
Okay.
You can't fly up inside
Yeah.
of it.
What do you
Oh,
mean?
it's closed on the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
So is it? So they're
There's
running
no way to
wings?
follow Galen.
There is. You just can't currently go inside the cross because it's all closed off.
Gotta find an opening.
Or use a spell to get in, yeah.
Done.
Okay, so you dimension door inside?
Yeah, I'll grab the carpet
Mhm.
as I do so it comes with me.
So that means Leah will come with you. Oh. No, she won't because you're not grabbing her. Leah will fall then, the 300 feet.
Yeah, she's got like flying stuff, right? If not, he'll just
You can
cast-
turn into a bird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I figured.
Shape, I can be an actual druid.
Yes, so what's happening? What area of the cross do you want to go into? The upper portion, middle portion, or bottom portion?
The part where Galen went in,
You saw him get sucked up through the bottom.
then that's where I go.
Okay, you dimension door into the bottom, and you see. Oh man. 100 people placed in infernal iron cages, and there's like 4 devils just dragging the people out of the cages and tossing them into this engine-like construct, and the people scream as the engine grinds them up and sucks out their souls.
Cool.
And up ahead, about 300 feet walking down this corridor, is that armored individual dragging the sack behind him. And Galen,
Yeah,
hear Galen screaming from inside the sack.
Invoke duplicity. He's just gonna sneak.
That's what we'll pick up next week.
Could
Eclipse,
I,
yes.
real quick, just shoot a magic missile at Mordecai?
Go for it.
Just fly down.
And then I gotta make 2 battle maps next week. Oh. I'm not making a battle map I'm not making a battle map for the cross. That's too much work.
That's a lot.
Do you need to make one for? Do you need to make one for on the ground though? Because like,
no,
I don't.
don't.
I feel like.
No, I don't, because there already is one.
Oh, I was gonna say also. I don't know how much longer this fight's gonna last.
We're ending the session very soon.
I know.
29 points of force damage.
All right. Those
I
of
don't know how
you
much longer he's gonna survive.
can take a peek at the current map that I have set up, which we'll see next week. Did make it. I have to remember who made it, so I can give them credit next week. But the map's on Roll20 if anybody wants to see it in the group. So Eclipse, yeah, magic missile. How much damage was it?
29 force damage.
Mordecai's looking real bad.
I was gonna say I don't know how much longer he's gonna stay up.
But that's what we're gonna pick up next week. So thanks for all the follows. Thanks for the hosts. That was awesome.
Yeah. Everybody.
Bye,
You caught
everybody.
us right at the end.
Yeah, you caught us right at the end.
This is getting so intense though.
But yeah, we're gonna pick up from there next week. Good night, everybody.
Good night.